Hello, everybody.
Hello, hello.
Oh,
Hey,
hey,
how's it going?
hey, what's up?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
I
Oh,
wasn't
yeah.
sure if you were
Hi.
talking to the
Oh,
audience.
good.
Or...
yeah. I was like,
Yeah.
Everybody.
can the audience hear like that? Oh, yeah, they can.
They
Yeah.
sure can. They
Yeah.
sure can. How we all doing?
Pretty good.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Good.
We're here playing some games, rolling some dice, but not just any stories, dice games. We're here for a really important reason. So I'm going to hand it over to the person that's going to tell you all about that.
Oh, thank you, Dot. Hi, my name's Crashgem, and I run a lot of D&D games. I do daily and weekly streamed prep sessions where I show how to use Foundry VTT, which I switched over to about year and a half, 2 years ago. Before that, I was on Roll20 for about 6 years, making tutorial videos and showing people how to use that platform. Currently, I think starting next week, I've got 6 weekly games, and I'm a player in 1 weekly game. And every year for the past 6 or 7 years, we've done a 25-hour marathon to raise money for ExtraLife charities. Over the years, we've managed to raise quite a bit of money, but this year, I just had too much going on to run a full 24-hour marathon. So my Discord community, we all sort of got together and decided that we would run 3 days of charity streams, one-shots, mini adventures, and events. And when I reached out to Kobold Press to shill for donor raffle prizes, as I like to do every year, they said, "Hey, what if we ran a game together? We're doing stuff for ExtraLife this year." So here we are. Working with Dot from Kobold Press, they had me pick out an adventure from Prepared, and I selected Upon the Icebound Terrace, and I thought it was a very cool adventure, and I immediately wanted to remake the map. So I did that in Incarnate, and because I wanted to set it up in Foundry VTT and put all the fancy lights and bells and whistles and all that. So that's all set up tonight. Dot has graciously offered to run all of us through so that I can experience the joys of being a player alongside some of my favorite players from my different games. And I guess we'll just kind of pass around the introductions real quick to who they are and who they're playing tonight. Does that sound good for everybody?
For me.
All right, cool. So the premise here is I'm going to be playing a Loxodon named Peanut, and Peanut is he's a foodie and he is a far traveler. His desire to taste new and exotic foods led him to the practice of planeswalking. He eventually got an internship at Acquisitions Incorporated, and now he is basically doing trial runs of an Acquisitions Incorporated subsidiary service, adventure tours, where people from different campaign settings get to go and explore and adventure in other campaign settings. And so he has taken his current tour group to the world of Midgard, and that is kind of where the adventure is going to open up. Peanut, Peanut is a sweet boy and a good guy. And that's pretty much Peanut in a nutshell. Yeah.
All right, Peanut.
So Dom, take it away.
All right. Hey, I'm Dom. Known as, I guess, Dom Odyssey on the internet. If you're looking for me, I'll be playing Direless, a Fathomist Warlock Triton, who just happened to, this place was supposed to be cold and up north, and he wanted to come here to see what it was about. Apparently, his patron had something for him to do here. He doesn't know. He's not sure what that is yet.
Like
All right.
it.
Red, go for it.
Hi there, I'm Red. Usually stream for most of the Crashgem tabletop games. Today I'm playing Artemis, a centaur barbarian. Maybe she's from the Northland. She's ready to go on some Midgard adventures. And maybe she just ran into this elephant person walking around asking for directions. Maybe she gave him for some direction. And then wanted to go on the tour, I guess. Maybe it was interesting.
All right, sweet. Will?
All right. Yeah, my name's Will. A DM and play games on the server. Also participate in Extra Life, and I will be playing Georgie, the sorcerer. So you see a figure robed in a well-fitted coat, beneath which light traveling clothes are adorned with padding. You see a slim messenger bag hangs to one side, and a clear orb with a center of pure sapphire can be seen affixed to the other. Pointed ears sprout from under greenish blonde hair, framing a soft-featured face which sports a smug expression. Strands of blue magic writhe from under their body, seeming to hum with the faintest trill of the magic within. And as you meet their eyes, the corners of their mouth pull up, revealing a gap-toothed smile.
All right. Sounds good. Scarlet.
Okay, I am Scarlet. I am just a human person. I don't have an internet presence. I don't really do things. I'm just a person.
Well, I mean, you do play Hypatia, the Medusa math wizard, in a ongoing campaign that's been going on for
Pretty
like
dope.
2.5 years. It's like
that is true. That is true.
Yeah.
I'd have paid attention in math.
Well,
Okay, so
Math is
I'm
important when you're
playing-
throwing a fireball.
absolutely.
I'm playing Berglinda Stonebrewer, a very muscly dwarven woman who seems to be hanging out pretty closely to this other shady-looking dwarf nearby. She is as grumpy as he is jolly. She carries some large weapons, both an axe and a hammer, one for each hand.
Mm-hmm.
And is essentially I'll let my dear husband introduce our business venture. But we joined this tour led by Peanut to explore new frontiers for our business.
You're giving one the impression that we're up to no good, lass. That's not very becoming.
All right, David, take it away.
Hi, I'm David, also a human person, married in real life to the lovely Scarlet. We'll be playing a married pair of dwarves. I play Barnabas Stonebrewer, better known as Barney to those close to him. His three passions in life are his wife, brewing beer, and gambling, which he's not really very good at, which is part of the reason why they're here. The last time he got into a game of cards, he was down to his last ale samples and bet the lot and lost. So they're hoping to find some business opportunities, find some investors, replenish their coffers. And he looks very roguish, but there's a song in his heart, and he loves the spotlight.
All right. Yeah, so these are some of my favorite players. Again, I run a ton of games. Been playing D&D for like 28 years, and these are some of my favorite players. So I'm really excited to get to play as a player with them today. And whenever we run events for Extra Life, there's always some gimmick where donations can be used to affect the game, and sometimes we run adventures where that is radically impactful to the game, like when we do our 25-hour marathons within the Caves of Chaos, a 2 million square foot dungeon that changes every single year. And tomorrow night's a Kobold story, which will have such things as the audience could donate $20 to cause a kobold to explode, and whatever repercussions that has with it. And so, but tonight we're gonna keep it pretty steady. So, some of us, not saying it's me and David, but some of us roll really badly. So we're gonna be able to donate $7 to reroll a die. So anytime we roll really badly, we can donate $7 to roll a die. Audience can donate to us so we have money to spend to reroll. That'd be fantastic. And I think it's every $50, every $50 or $100. Doc will get.
We'll say every $50 raised together. So everybody in the audience, from this point to the end of the game, we collectively, every time we raise $50, so 50, 100, 150, I get the great opportunity of bringing corruption into the game. However I see fit, regardless of how the players feel about it.
All right. And for charity to help all these kids, we agree and consent to this great and terrible evil.
I did catch that you said from this point forward, though. So somebody might have already donated. Like,
oh, nice. So I'll go ahead and throw up the link. I don't know if your mods or your bots will allow. Oh, there you go. Perfect. All right, it's already in chat. So that's our Extra Life page. We're working hard this weekend to raise money. Our team has already raised several $1,000s. I myself am aiming to hit 3K this year, which is a pretty average year for me for Extra Life, but I'm hoping to hit that tomorrow night with all the games I'm running. So any help tonight would be greatly appreciated. Extra Life is an amazing charity. As a guy who was a sick kid and was a sick young adult, I spent a lot of time in and out of the hospital, and it sucks. So stuff like Extra Life is really, really important to me, and they do really, really important work. So
you know what? I'll back that up. As a childhood cancer survivor myself, me and my family couldn't have gotten by without like the help of charities like this that get you through, you know?
Absolutely. Yeah. It's so important, and it's so great to see organizations like this and Child's Play that just go above and beyond to raise this money and awareness. Because sick kids, you don't like to think about that, right? But like they're kids and they're sick, and it's horrible, it's miserable, and so the organizations like this help make things better. They really do. So it is
they
a great.
Cover a lot of the costs too that we forget that they're going to experience, right? Of like, how do you pay for weeks and weeks in a hotel near a hospital, or how do you pay for food, or what do kids do when they're locked in a hospital for 2, 3, 4 weeks at a time?
Yeah.
It's groups like Extra Life that make sure that all of those things get answered when you don't have the capacity to even think about it.
Yeah. So again, thank you for this opportunity, Dot and Kobold Press. And let's play. Yeah, I hope we raise a lot of money tonight.
Yeah, let's play. Let's do this. Well, for those of you mentioned the Prepared series, you can actually check that out. It's out there. Prepared is just what it sounds like. It's a prepared series of one-shots that make it really easy for GMs like all of us to put something together quickly and efficiently. This one, actually, I've not run in a while, but I have run it before, and I always like to see what they do in the end. The end is always the best part for me. And so I look forward to seeing what this group does, because I'm getting the great joy of playing with all of them for the first time. So I want to say a super big thank you to just letting me come and raid your party for the day.
Appreciate you running too.
Yeah.
So you all know that I can't possibly run a one-shot that's not set in Midgard. So I'm going to set the scene for our one-shot today. And as you got all your character introductions in already, most of you realize that all of these characters may not be from Midgard. So their exploration through is going to be enlightening, to say the least, as they learn a little bit about this place we call Midgard. Midgard is a big place. We are focused in the most northern section of the map of Midgard, the Northlands, a mysterious, dark, and cold place. Wind and snow are about the only weather that you ever get. There are entire islands of ice that are too frigid for mortals to step on. Mountains grow large to meet the size of creatures that are just as big. Giants and trolls. They run freely here in Midgard. Airfolk and dwarves man the islands along the Nieder Straits. And it is here that our story picks up. In the town of Wolfheim, well-known dwarven stronghold. In fact, the largest city along this coast of the Nieder Straits. It is obviously dwarven populated in majority, but it is a trade town. It sits upon the water, and the dwarves are hardy enough and able to fight the cold able to actually travel in and deliver these goods to other large cities along the Northlands. But since it is a dwarven town, it seems only perfect. The dwarven couple who is looking to expand their business might come here first. You're going to travel all the way to Midgard. You might as well see the greatest dwarven city that it's said to be. May I ask for the two of you, for Scarlett and David, tell me about your two characters. What does their business actually do?
So we are brewers primarily, but we specialize in rare brews, shall we say? We work with a team of gnomish alchemists to incorporate some of the lesser known ingredients, maybe that might require delving into a dungeon or two, to make some really unique brews.
Interesting. I see. The rare ingredients. Well,
yes.
Not only is this city a trade town, but the Northlands themselves don't just house monsters. In fact, the bear folk of Midgard keep themselves locked tight in a very well-established city known as Bjornreich, or Bjornheim, which sits inside of Bjornreich. Unfortunately, the bear folk are a bit quiet about how they do things. They like to keep to themselves their secrets and their stories, but on the occasion they've been known to trade. And it just so happens that Wolfheim is the only port along the Nieder Straits that the bear folk will trade their infamous honeymead, brewed only behind the walls of Bjornheim.
That definitely sounds like it's worth sampling.
Well, there's a place in town, a tavern or sorts, and you can see out front it says, like official bear folk honeymead on a sign.
I guess Peanut would kind of point out the sign and say, just as I said, this is perfect place for you to find connections for your business. This is why you will also be able to tax deduct all billing for this trip to your home business. Please feel free to go and meet with bears. They do not bite too hard. The rest of you, I understand that you perhaps have other reasons to be here. You'd like to stretch your legs. Let's all meet at this tavern at 6 p.m. Figure out what our next move is.
Hold on. How do we know? How do we really know that this isn't like counterfeit meat? I mean, if it's so exclusive, how can we be sure it's the genuine article?
Well, they'll probably have free samples. That's just one of my favorite things to find.
Free.
There you go. I'll be going with you because I like this honey. I feel like it's perhaps still vegan, even though it comes from animal byproduct, because these bees, they are awakened, so they sort of had some say in whether or not you got to eat their vomit.
It's still free.
Absolutely.
Yeah, we'll say, you know what? I done. There is free tasting. There's a very, very small sign that hangs like underneath the other sign that says free samples on it. You can tell that they don't really advertise it, but you are a tour guide, for Pete's sake. You know the best places to take those on your tours, and it just so happens you know that they will give you a free sample, but you have to ask for it.
Ugh. The idea of giving anything away free. Ugh.
You have to spend money to make money. That's even something Acquisitions Incorporated has to figure out. Sometimes we'll do 80% of a quest, but not finish the most vital 20%. The 80% is free, but then we overcharge for 20%. So, the rest of you, remember my instructions. If you run into fake creatures, do not drink or eat anything without checking first. You do not want to end up in some strange fairy tale. Okay.
Peanut, when we've been walking, when are we going to see some portals?
I'm looking into that. I've heard there's some very nice portals south, northeast, west of this town. So we'll be checking that out in the morning. Don't worry.
All right. Georgie nods. He says placates them.
So, are we going to wander for a bit, or are you all interested in going ahead and taking your free sample?
Oh, I definitely want my free sample.
Oh, yeah. Okay, in goes the party. There's no question. It's free, for Pete's sake. How can you turn that down? And as the door opens, what you're actually greeted with is not, you might know as a standard tavern. This is actually a longhouse. The dwarves build mostly everything out of stone and this dense, beautiful lumber that grows here in Northlands, much as we know pine. It's like pine. And the longhouse has a single table that runs the length of the longhouse. There is obviously an area where you can smell and see the cooking. There are dwarves bustling about. And as all of you enter, heads turn. A lot of dwarven heads turn to all of you. Very clearly outsiders. The longhouse is warm. Warm enough that when the door opens, the ice on your front side melts from your beard or your hair or your jewelry, cuff of your sleeve.
Your snoot.
Your snoot, as it begins to immediately defrost. And the smell of cured meat, warm bread, and honeymead fill your nostrils.
I can get behind this.
Georgie begins to wring out their coat.
After the silence falls and everybody looks at all of you, the music starts back up again. A tiny dwarf band in the corner. To your surprise, there's a couple people around that are not dwarves. There's a one or two humans bustling about. And you can see at the far end, there is a chair that is set apart from the rest, up a little higher than the others. You might call it a throne just because of the way it's set, but it doesn't feel regal necessarily. It matches the aesthetic of this place and its people, but it clearly has an air of importance to it. And currently it sits empty.
I wonder who sits there.
Well, you can sit there, friend.
Oh, really?
I have a question.
Yes.
Not necessarily. I mean, it's, it might be a seat for, a bigwig or something like that. No, not saying that you're not important, but, don't insult anyone.
Anyone on the adventure tour of 5-Star Solutions, a subsidiary of Acquisitions Incorporated, is always VIP everywhere they go. Please take a seat.
I think that might be a bit presumptive, mate.
No, look,
be cautious.
I have tour guide badge. It's fine.
Peanut
just waves the badge around as people take seats.
As they take their seats, Artemis, Georgie looks over you slyly and says, "Hey, take a look at this." And they open up the coat of their pocket, or the pocket of their coat, and within you see a large amount of honey.
Where did you get this?
I swiped it without even having to pay.
That does not bode well. What if they find out you stole it?
Did you steal it?
Well, hold on a second. I thought it was free.
The honey meat is free, and you have to go ask for it. But the honey itself is a very rare and prized item.
Oh, my bad. Okay, it's a pocket full of honey mead.
Honey mead. Okay, yeah. Okay, yeah. You see,
it's starting to slip through the coat. Yeah.
See, I love this. There is a kind of hefty set, rotund woman off in the corner she's the one manning the sample cart. Are you trying to swipe them from her without her seeing?
Yes. So
yes. Okay. Roll a sleight of hand check.
Georgie nods to Artemis, and then says, "Take a look at this." And then, can I try this? And let's see. try my level 1 feature of teleporting an object. Can I try and, if it's within 30 feet and less than 10 pounds, could I try to teleport?
Bring it. Yeah, teleport it. Yeah, absolutely. It's not going to fight you. You know what? I'll say this poor lady who's just trying to do her job. She does not see you. How many can you teleport? I guess quite a few because they're not really heavy.
Well, they're not trying to cause an issue for the group. They just want to show off their skills and take one. You know.
Oh, you just take the one. Okay, sure. One,
Yeah, the
and
mug.
it points into your hand, and it is sample sized. It's like it's a stone cup. It's about what we would consider 2 shots, give or take. It's like a sipper, little stone mug, and it appears right in your hand. Blink.
Yeah, Georgie offers it to Artemis.
Thank you, friend. And I had a question. It's kind of a big place, yeah? Like, even though it's like...
Oh, yes. The
dwarves.
table alone seats 30, 40 people.
Okay, that's good, because Artemis, centaur, big. Sometimes has trouble, with the other taverns she goes to. But yeah, she's really enjoying this atmosphere. It's really nice to get out of the cold. Take a sip of the meat. How is it?
Great question. Would you say that you have a well-to-do palate, or are you just in it to win it? Like, you gonna just down it and see how it tastes?
Down it, see how it tastes. That is
yeah.
my flaw.
Yeah, great. Yeah, perfect. You down it and take the big gulp. It is extremely tasty, in fact. Maybe some of the best mead you've ever had. It makes you
good.
feel...
I would like more of this.
Yeah.
How much is this?
Yeah, you can see the actual place where you can put an order. You could grab one of the dwarves bustling about taking orders. Obviously, if you have a seat at the long table, they will come over and serve you. But there are also, in case you're looking for trouble, another 9 samples left on the cart.
Artemis, it's no concern. I've got the 5-finger discount. Does it work?
But these D-Nuts said they were free.
That's what they want you to think. Nothing's free, friend.
Okay. I guess give me a persuasion check to change my whole outlook.
Yeah, my whole outlook on life, yeah.
Don't have the magical talents,
I think it sent it blind, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Italy.
Oh, it's
I'm going to pay for
she's now eyeballing all of you because, you're clearly like talking to each other, and then every once in a while one of you will peep at the cart or peep at the empty cup. Does anybody else want a sample? It does on the front of the cart have another sign that says 1 sample per customer.
Peanut will definitely take a free sample, and he will try to bridge a communications between that vendor and the stone brewers.
Oh, interesting. Okay, you walk up. You're probably the first people she's seen today. Most of the people in here look like locals. They probably live and or work around in this area. You all look like tourists. And she pipes up. You can see that she's got these big buns on her head on either side, kind of a duo deal. And she has some rotting teeth as she smiles at you. And she says, "Welcome. Come, laddie. What can I get for ya?"
Oh, I will be very pleased to try some of this local mead. I am from a 5-Star Solutions, a subsidiary of Acquisitions Incorporated, hosting an adventure tour. Over here, next to me, is the Stone Brewers. They are entrepreneurs within the brewing industry from another dimension. It's complicated, but they have been traveling, looking for new opportunities for their brand, and their perhaps you'd like to talk some business with them.
Me talk
Barney tips his
business.
hat.
She says, "My goodness, you must think that I'm somebody I'm not. Big words like that throwing about. You ought to drink some more mead." She says, "I don't know nothing about businesses or deals. And my job is to watch the cart to make sure nobody takes nothing but 1 sample each. But if you want to be wheeling and dealing, should, talk to the tavern master.
Oh,
He's the one who holds the deals for all of the honey that comes in so he can brew up the mead.
This sounds very promising. Thank you. Is there any way we could have 3 rounds each for my table over there? It's VIP section. And he points to the table where they're sitting discussing larceny.
They all look a little shady sitting at the table with the rest of these very humble dwarves. She looks over and she says, I can put an order in, I can tell you're not from round these parts. I'll get an order in for you, and get you some of our best meat.
Yeah. Sure. Do you have any vegan options?
You've got a reindeer stew.
Do you have anything that doesn't have flesh in it?
We've got some cheese.
Do you have any potatoes?
Oh, yeah. Oh, vegetables. Well, we might have a few. It's hard to grow vegetables when the ground is frozen solid. But, I'll see what they can't work up for you. No flesh. Right?
Would it be, considered rude if I brought my own food for dietary restrictional reasons? My body has violent reaction if I eat meat.
Right. Well.
Okay, so he'll just...
I can't imagine it'd cause a problem, I guess, if you're bringing food from the outside. Just, make yourself comfortable. That's what it's all about here in the Longhouse, huh?
Okay.
And she kind of leaves her stand. You see she takes the tray from the top and puts it beneath the cart, that nobody tries to steal any. And then she'll go and put an order in for all of you.
Piñat will create 45 pounds of delicious vegan cuisine.
Are there any cracks from this cart?
He just wheels up a hibachi from nowhere and just starts going to town.
I mean,
I have cook's utensils and powerful builds. I just keep a small grill on deck. It's just for emergencies.
I mean, you can go over. There's a very large, furnace, open oven, right at the end. It's like a stone furnace that heats this whole place, and they cook all the food over it or pull coals from it for, you could go over and join the activities there and cook over their fire if you wanted to.
Okay, yeah, he'll bring his 45 pounds of vegan ingredients, and he'll start cooking up some food. So he's preoccupied for a while.
Cooking some food. The rest of you, mead is served, and it is delicious. Has a air of it tastes the way a festival makes your soul feel. You're dancing and you see people having a good time when there are hot pies on a cart. You drink it, it warms your body all the way down. Now you know why all of these dwarves drink it sun up to sundown, because it's probably the only thing that keeps their bones warm. But it being sweet probably doesn't hurt.
What would you say the
yeah.
What would you guess the alcohol content of this mead is?
Well, for those of you that fear that your constitution may not be high enough, you're welcome to roll a con check. It is very high. It's meant for bears. Folk. Big ones.
As we're drinking, I'll slide an empty vial over to Barney and ask him to make sure we keep a sample so that the gnomes can analyze it once we get back to the Forgotten Realms.
Yes. It's okay.
As soon as the mead touches Georgie's lips, he coughs and then he sputters, but he quickly masters himself, looking around to see if anybody notices.
Oh, if you're about to fall over, Artemis would have reached over and caught you and pulled you back onto the bench or whatever.
I say, there must have been something slick under the table. I almost tripped there. Oh, this is good stuff, isn't it? And see, they glance between you, and they'll go try to hand you their sample, Artemis.
Okay. Well, is this the one you took?
The one that they barely sipped and then coughed cup.
Oh, okay. The drink you didn't finish. Okay, yeah, shut down.
It is strong. Like I said, it is meant for creatures with high constitution and large body mass.
I think I checked both of those boxes.
Perfect. Yes, and you absolutely do. It's actually a pretty solid drink for you. Maybe on the occasion, most ale or cider tends to not suit your inebriation fancy, but in this case, you get a little tipsy.
Yeah,
you feel good, light in the head, warm in the body, and you all begin to blend a little bit easier with the crowd of people here who also sit drinking their ale, enjoying the music. But the second round comes out as hot vegan food is coming off of the fire. The door to the tavern bursts open, like kicked in by Van Damme style. Like this wooden door slams to the side. The music all but cuts out instantly, and you see the figure of a dwarf in the doorway, silhouetted by the kind of centralized fire in the middle of town. And he sways a little bit, and there's a breath that everybody kind of takes together before he reaches out a hand, like he's reaching for help, and he falls flat on the ground.
He must have had a little bit too much to drink.
Georgie glances around. Is anybody moving to help the man?
Barney will scramble up from where he was dumping a sample into the vial, and he'll try and pass the vial off to Bergie. And he'll run over to the dwarf and say, "Mate, are you doing all right there?"
As you run up, you see he is not at all doing all right. The outside, kind of the wind, as the snow is just like billowing at a sideways slant. He's frozen to the core. You can see frostbite on his fingers, around the edges of his mustache. And if you check him, you immediately see there is blood trailed in behind him and now pooling under his cold body.
So is he dead or dying?
You can make a medicine check. You can make a medicine check to find out.
Okay.
You can make a medicine check to find out.
To be decided.
Be decided, yeah. A 12, that's not bad. It's frigid cold like a dead body would be, but you get close enough and you can hear him still like, so you know he's still alive, but barely. He is very clearly bleeding out. He has some big gashes across the center of his body that slice through his leather armor. He has no weapons on him that you can tell, and based on the ice buildup on his boots, he's been traveling, he's carried himself here from wherever this happened.
Jeez, mate, you've been through a bloody abattoir. Hold on one second. And I pump some healing into him.
Nice. Okay. You lay your hands on him and you watch as the gashes across his center kind of heal up and the bleeding stops. It does not patch entirely. Around the edges of the wound, there seems to be rot. Ooze and rot. Seems almost untouched by your magic hand.
That's not normal. Well, you doing better? Can you talk? Can you sit up?
He kind of rolls over and his eyes like wearily open, and he puts a bloody hand kind of on your shoulder as he pulls you close, and he kind of coughs. Must stop them. Oh. He kind of passes out in your hands from the pain, it seems.
Is anyone here a professional healer? I can work in a pinch, but this man needs some proper medical care.
You can see there's a lot of crane like necking from all of the dwarves, and the woman who was passing out the samples with the buns comes running out, and she goes, "Oh no, call the doctor, go get him, it's Yom." And people are like, "Oh yeah, Yom." Who has the highest passive perception?
Peanut has a 7.
Oh, you've beaten.
Don't you got advantage because of your snoot?
Oh, if it
For
involves
smells.
If
if
it's
it
smells.
involves sniffing,
This would
does
be
it involve sniffing?
sound.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
This is what you hear because there's now kind of a rumble of people as they begin whispering, and all of the dwarves in this area and all of the people in this tavern are like, much like you would see an accident, by the side of the road or something. But looks like who is that 14?
I have
Who is
14.
that? Is that Artemis? Okay, Artemis, you're the one that you hear one woman go, "Didn't he leave with that party the other day? They haven't returned since." Oh yeah. Peas and carrots, watermelon, woman. As everything's kind of rumbling about and milling as the door steps through a doctor. Do any of you have a high medicine?
Peanuts has a 7 in medicine.
There we go.
Depends who's
I would
asking.
I would say you don't necessarily have to be a surgeon or a doctor by trade, but if you have some training or an expertise or a specialization, in some kind of medicine, you think you would be full in this moment, let me know.
Oh, yeah. Peanuts will. I mean, he took the oath, but he also took the AI oath, which is to not cause litigation issues for the company. So he will approach, but he's going to give them the spiel before offering any assistance or medical aid.
Okay, go for it.
All right, so he presents to them his business card, which is made out of stone. And he says, good evening. This is Peanuts, representing 5-Star Solutions, a subsidiary of ExtraLife Incorporated. I'm a trained medical doctor, but currently not practicing. It seems that you are having some sort of supernatural malady. Would you like some assistance with this case? If so, you're waiving any rights to bring up litigations later for any miscarriages of medicine that may occur during this time.
Is passed out. He cannot respond to you. The doctor looks up at you. He kind of has this wrinkly, grumpy face. And his hair is long, faded from a deep red to kind of a gray, and it stands kind of on end in certain ways. Probably broken off by the frigid cold at some point. Just like uneven ends all over the place. And he kind of looks up with you with a crazy eye. He says, "What are you doing? Pick him up. Can't leave him here in the doorway."
Sure. Sorry. And he slides his business card away, and then he will make a medicine check.
Yeah, you can make a medicine check.
All right.
Okay, you do it.
Yeah.
As you get down near him, you can see a few hefty dwarves who are not good for anything but lifting stuff come over and begin to lift his body. And as you take a look and they lift him up, you can see where the wounds are. Based on sweat that he has, the fever, even in the cold, he is not just injured, he is ill.
This man is not just injured; he is ill.
More importantly, that the illness, because you can see where the skin tried to heal itself from the wound, and it wasn't completely successful. The injury is magical in nature. It's magical in nature, and the doctor goes, "I don't know what you're talking about, but I can't treat him here. Come on." And he kind of waves for the lot of you to follow in, as if for some reason you all know this man. He found you standing over the body, so.
Seeing the wounds not healed over or anything like that.
Wait, say that last part again for me. You broke up a little bit.
Hello?
Uh-oh.
We
I lost him.
Oh, dang. Okay.
Did we lose Tom? It's all right.
Okay. Yes. After overhearing it was about the party, and then
guys hear me?
definitely. Oh, there you
Now,
go.
hey, we lost
can.
you.
Oh yeah,
we lost
no, sorry. My cat hit
Your
my
cat,
hip.
yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
Classic.
Yes.
So seeing that the wound did not heal, can I take a look? If there's like a sign of it being magical.
Yes, absolutely. You can absolutely make a Arcana check, an Intelligence Arcana check, to see if you can see if you've seen this before. Is this an ailment that you would be able to recognize? See what its magical properties are. Ooh, at a 4, not so much. Do you have any re-rolls?
Hold on, let me check. No, not yet. I will.
Not yet.
Mm.
All right. Cough, cough. That's a cue for you, chat. That's a cue for you.
I mean, I'll let you reroll that terrible Arcana check. Yeah, go for it. Go for it.
Yeah, do it.
Putting that
Reroll
donation
it.
in right now.
All right. Here goes. Arcana.
Okay, that's better. I'll actually take the higher of the two because I'm a kind GM. First, when you first see it, it doesn't. There's nothing about it that stands out to you. But as all of you kind of trail along, and these dwarves carry this man like back out into the cold, and they're taking him to a much smaller wooden structure near the edge of the stone wall that surrounds this town. The doctor opens up the door, and you get a really good look for just a second while they hold him still, and the doctor unlocks his medical door to this facility. And where the wound is, it's not like a fungus or an infection that's eating away at the skin. No, it's changing it to a strange icy blue color, which most people might think is just rot or dead skin, but no. There's something that tells you that he might be transitioning, as if the illness that ails him is actually converting his body into something else.
That does not look good.
No, it doesn't.
I'll grumble to Barney. You always get us involved in these things.
I get us involved. I mean, I see another dwarf, he's ill. I go to aid him, and now we're at the doctor's office. At least nobody's got, alcohol poisoning or anything, really serious.
Yeah, that's better.
Is your village
Mr.
often attacked, Medicine Man? What was the doctor saying?
Ooh. The doctor, you can tell he's like washing his hands in like ice cold water, and he's like prepping stuff as his body's like laid out, and he's gonna start to look at him.
Okay.
And he kind of turns around with his sterile hands forward, and he says, I don't know much, but he left town the other day with a group of adventurers. Silly travels and gold and treasure and all of that. He was out for something big, he said. All of them. The only one that's come back.
Something big, so something that might be, it's clearly dangerous, but profitable.
I mean, you said the scars on his back were a claw. Is this going to be some type of animal?
Looks to be that way. And you can see he's now like over the body, and this poor dwarf man's like, as he's kind of grunting in and out of this like feverish state. And he pats his head with a cool cloth and begins to look at the wound. He says, it does look like something with claws ripped him open. I've never seen this kind of effect around the edges before. His skin, it's like it's turned into ice.
Dangerous animal, then. You should send out your hunters.
Says, I guess so. I believed they'd found something. One of the rock facings under the ice. Ancient ruin nonsense. Nothing about that. And he kind of grabs some twine. He's going to stitch him up, or at least attempt to. Anybody else that's around that would also like to make an Arcana check can, now that his body's not being moved, to see if you learned anything else.
Georgie will squint intensely.
Higher than the 11.
Georgie will squint
15.
intensely, but from behind Artemis, strategically placing themselves between the afflicted man and their friend.
And you know what? I would also take a nature check from anybody that feels like they might. Oh, a 19. Okay, Georgie, as you get close, there's something about it that is maybe. No, not too close. Close enough that you got to peer at it, right?
I just politely get out of your way, but then
close enough.
Yeah, close enough.
Close enough to see it, because you got to put eyes on it, right? And you kind of get close enough to really look at him now that his body's not moving, and he's under better light. This is a well-lit area. Magic is in fact, or whatever this illness is in fact transitioning him. And it's not just transitioning him. If you think to magical animals that have this effect, beasts that can do this with just the rake of their claws, there aren't actually very many. Your gut tells you that he is slowly turning into an ice mephit. And based on your knowledge of methods, there is only a single cure for this. Which is that you have to pour the melted remains of his attacker's finger over the injury.
Okay, and these methods, Georgie's aware that they're extra planner, right?
I would imagine so.
Georgie looks over and says, Peanut, you said we weren't going to get into any portals until dawn. But look, this man here, he's been in contact with Mephits. And he'll soon be more in touch with them, so to speak. How are your how's your treatment of elementals? Georgie will turn and ask the medicine man.
He looks at you. He's just a medicine man. He is not a cleric. There's nothing special about him. He's just a doctor. He's a surgeon. He says, I don't know nothing about that. I patch wounds. I stitch up arrow holes and send him off with a good tub of mead. He kind of says, he's like, this is way above his pay grade. He says, I can do my best to keep him alive for as long as possible, but I don't have any kind of medicine here that'll cure that.
Well, it looks like you're going to need a hand then. Both literally and figuratively.
Would your chieftain pay to hunt these dangerous creatures?
I imagine so. You might find him around the central fire in town if you want to try to talk him up. Maybe we could see if Dom is feeling better. And you can tell he's like finishing the stitching. And it has healed to some degree, meaning like it's touching. The wounds are no longer open and he's not bleeding out. And he kind of shakes him and he says, hello. And he kind of shakes him a little bit and his eyes open wide as if he's kind of back from a lost place, coming out of a fever dream almost. And he looks a little panicked as if something was attacking him before all this went down. And then he looks over and he sees all of you.
Welcome back to the land of the living, lad.
Oh, he says, he grabs his gut. What happened?
Well,
it seems you
walked into the tavern and fell over.
Oh,
seems you were attacked.
Made it back.
You described the size and density of the portals that you saw.
We weren't looking for no portals. We went out. We got a map. He rustles in his pocket and pulls out this map. Like just a small piece of paper that's really worn around the edges, kind of frozen on one corner. It's just a bunch of buried ruins. We thought we might find some treasure.
Maybe this will help you better remember. And she hands him the unfinished mead cup she took with her over.
He tries to sit up. It doesn't work out too well, but he still tries to sip it. It spills all down him. He doesn't care. Yeah. You can tell that he might have been traveling for 24 hours or so in this cold storm, this winter storm. And he kind of calls, and as he does, you can see his breath is cold. It comes from him. And he kind of wipes his mouth. He says, we were asleep. We had made camp. We were almost there. And then it attacked us just before dawn.
What were you attacked by?
Sparkling monsters. Rusty wings. Took them. Flew away with my companions.
How many were there?
There were 4 of us. Managed to crawl under a stump, bleeding out. Other one flew away, so 4, maybe 5. I don't know. But I do remember something as I stumbled off over the horizon. I saw it. This great stone terrace rising up out of the snow. Something on top, it glinted like a star. The moonlight, a machine, yes. At the topmost level. I saw it.
George's eyes go wide at this. I think we should help this man. If we seek to restore his body, we're going to need to recover the remains of the creatures and and of course the other dwarves.
Okay,
Oh,
and who's going to be financing that wee adventure? You, lad?
I mean,
He goes, John goes, I'll pay you whatever you want.
No,
Come
no,
from a
no, no, no.
wealthy
I
family.
meant, this gent right here. Not you. You've been through the ringer, mate.
whatever riches we find within, we'll say they're yours.
I'll pluck the map out of his hands and take a closer look. And as I'm doing that,
Ooh.
I'm going to ask, would you characterize your party as more of the beginner adventurers, or would you say you're a little bit more experienced?
Says, oh no, me and my crew, we've traveled for years together. Never had something just pick my party off like this.
Hmm.
My our rogue Vladimir, he had the map. Bought it from some of the locals here in town. They said it was useless. We didn't believe him. We thought there was something else. At a 19 deception.
Oh, that was saying that Barney could keep all the treasure.
Oh yes,
Oh.
you believe unless you can roll higher than a 19, you definitely believe you can keep it all. He kind of he coughs and he tries to reposition himself, but nothing seems comfortable for him.
Peanut's a bit nervous when he hears the adventuring for years together because he knows that a lot of his clients are from the Forgotten Realms, particularly the Sword Coast, and in that particular world. People generally start their adventuring career on day 1, fighting rats in a cellar, and by day 30, they're punching God in the face. So he's worried this adventure is going to sound a little too strong for them. So he's definitely going to try to get some clarity about maybe the toughest thing that this guy and his crew has have gone up against. So he'll say, so, this is important for your treatment. How many trolls has your adventuring party defeated in the past?
Trolls?
The trolls, yes.
We've killed a lot of trolls.
Well,
He kind of shrugs. See them here and there, but here in the Northlands, go in the wrong place. Too many trolls. Well, then you're on a spike.
Peanut, there's people in danger. Does this really matter?
So Peanut is crunching the numbers here. He's sad for the man and his companions because he's a sweet boy, but he is running an adventure tours tour. So this is a free adventure that he didn't have to hire anybody off of Craigslist for or anything. Like, this is just happening. It's a real adventure. So he's pretty excited about the serendipity of all this, that they've actually stumbled upon a real adventure. He didn't have to stage it. So he wants to go with it, but he's trying to manage any costs and things like that might come up.
He doesn't look terribly stronger than all of you. He is an older dwarf, very clearly rough around the edges. There's nothing about him that says, oh, this guy is, a level 20 god slayer.
Sure. Okay.
He and his friends were out looking for ruins, which tells you that they don't seek battle or war. They were very clearly seeking treasure or fame or whatever lies inside of the ruins. But he also told you that they were attacked at night, that they were attacked under the guise of surprise while they were sleeping. So maybe if they had been better prepared, right? Sure. But in the middle of the night, they were not armored or geared up. They basically swooped in and took them, and he managed to escape rolling under a log into a ditch. All Princess Leia Ewok style.
Yeah, classic stuff.
Exactly,
And he attempted an insight check to sort of get a general feel for, would this group be able to handle this, Mephits or whatever. That Mephits are kind of the trash can of monsters, so he's pretty confident, but just wants to get a better feel on this guy.
As your eyes move across the group.
Barney also rolled an insight.
Oh,
what
okay.
Did Barney roll the insight on?
I was trying to insight Georgie.
You were trying to insight Georgie. Okay,
you're not taking them at their word.
Right, cool. You know what?
Listen,
you can roll.
Game recognizes game lad.
You are a maybe not an adventurer, but well-traveled. You do tours.
Yeah.
Give me a survival check.
Oh, okay. Here we go. Oof. Not great. I guess I will donate to charity to try that again.
Okay.
All right, here we go.
And listen,
Ooh.
Georgie Porgy Puddin' Pie, if you are serious about us keeping all that loot, I'm going to hold you to it. But as far as, who might be in danger, it could very well be us. You keep, pushing the issue.
You wound me, Barney. I am completely serious. You think I would just come out here while lives are on the line and lie to you?
Excuse
You
me,
might.
Mr. Yorm. Can you describe the place that you saw again?
You can see he stops for a second.
Oh, Dot, we
Oh.
also hit a $50 threshold, just so you know.
Oh, yes, we did we?
Mhm.
Oh, okay.
Just keeping your
That's what
back pocket, I guess.
Oh yeah, I'll store that
From
here.
from
Just
from,
in a hot
Sa-
minute.
from Samael64 in Red's chat.
Thank you, Samael. We'll make a little chaos happen.
Oh, jeez.
11 survival. You've heard of them before because planar hopping, they tend to be around that kind of activity. But most interesting to you is that anytime you've heard adventurers talk of them or the wares of the road, it's maybe one or two that you have to be concerned about. You mentioned that they took off the whole party. There were 4 at least, one for each of them, maybe more. And they flew back towards whatever this terrace or ruin was, which means there could be a lot of them.
All right, Peanut, who's been through some stuff in his internship. He thinks about the waiver that everybody signed, and he knows that there's no liability risks here. So he is going to encourage the party to take on this adventure. That's his final decision. Yeah. After assessing the data, that's his final decision.
Right. Because
Right.
Yum was, you asked, he gathers himself to try to tell you what he remembers in a little bit more detail, and he takes his time. It was early evening when we saw this crack in the glacier, right? Went single file through a long tunnel and opened up into a valley. The end of it, we saw it, this stone terrace partially encased in ice. We made camp with the intention of exploring it in the morning. They came for us just before dawn. I don't know what they were, but they had white wings and these faces, full laughter. I really hope my companions are still alive. Said these locals, though. One of them, the old lady, told us that map was old. So old that it was older than some words. He coughs again. Oh.
That is not too surprising. The halflings are always making up new words all the time. For a while, they were all talking about eating stuff. And I kept thinking they were eating stuff, and then I used the word wrong, and the waiter was throwing my food around. It was a whole mess. But we will take on this mission for you. We will go and find the fate of your friends and deal with these monstrosities, because that's what adventurers do. We're on Adventure Tour, brought to you by 5-Star Solutions, a subsidiary of Incorporated. Is everybody okay with leaving now? It seems like this man's life is in peril.
Of course.
Yeah, I definitely want to see this place.
Wouldn't delay a moment longer.
No, if I might be so bold, there was some mention of negotiating additional payments and residuals by speaking with the town elder, yes?
Yes, but listen, Mr. Stone Brewer, this is a very primitive world. There's sort of they have not invented dungeon declarations yet. This is an unclaimed dungeon. Any treasure that we find will be ours for the taking. No local government can tax us on it or take any from us. So if we involve local government, it might cause problem if they have some sort of ancient ties to the ruins, you see. So it's much better for us to go now, grab everything good, then come back, explain situation, receive hero's bounty.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
So
What do you think,
knowledgeable,
my friend?
Peanut.
Yeah, we study this in school. It's pretty standard stuff. Yeah.
I understand what you're going on about, contracts. but I'm a little concerned about cultural embarrassment or backlash, that sort of thing. Again, because of the ruins being sacred or whatnot, and
Yeah.
I mean, we're dwarves. I'm sure it's fine.
Right. Well, right. And have you seen our present company, my love? But it's just, I don't know. Like we're not the normal dwarves around here. We're slightly different, but we are dwarves, and I don't know. They might, think that we're trying to, lean on certain cultural touchstones that aren't necessarily appropriate. I don't know.
I think it'll be fine.
Peanut is reading his.
Do you think it would be an issue if we went and disturbed this ancient ruin that popped out of the glacier that you just saw?
Don't think so. It's not really a dwarven ruin, at least not from what I know, but he grabs himself again. You can tell he's
if it's not dwarven, then I don't care.
Yeah, he says, in fact, it's old enough that nobody really knows what it is at all. Most of it's encased in ice. We've only been able to see the terrace part. The rest of it is, well, it's going to have to be shielded away,
Well, it seems that one adventuring group went through, and what's another one, Mr. Stonebrewer?
If someone disputes your claim, usually they can be settled with trial by combat. If you're not confident in your abilities, well, that's on you.
Peanut is proud of Artemis.
My abilities, lad.
Peanut's proud of
my
person.
Oh,
She smiles.
So Peanut,
let's get this hunt underway then. Go ahead, Peanut. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's all right. Peanut's really proud of Artemis for reading the trifold brochures that he provided. That basically, without being too insulting, boiled down the entire campaign setting of Midgard into its simplest parts, and it just shows like a bear Viking like punching out a giant and just a pile of treasure underneath it, and it just says "Might makes right." Yeah, might makes right in
it's
the
like
world
a little
of Midgard.
like recycling diagram. Where
okay,
it's like
you know
this,
what?
this,
Since who took the time to read the pamphlet? If you took time to read the pamphlet, if you have to make a intelligence-based check about knowledge around Midgard, whether nature or like history-based, you get a +1 simply because you read the brochure, which is like truthful in a touristy kind of way.
Nice.
What if you read the TLDR?
Yeah, exactly.
You just looked at the
didn't read anything. He was like, "I'm a dwarf. You're a dwarf. I'll figure it out."
Yeah. What if you flipped through and looked at the pictures?
The pictures are beautiful. That's Peanut's actual hobby. Is he's an oil painter. So and it does some acrylic work. Yeah, but
so I'll say, well, if you flip through the brochure, there will be some pictures. You do see the bear folk, kind of warrior. You'll see trolls and giants, and an area called Utenheim, which is very specifically off limits to tourists because of how dangerous it is. You will note that there are 2 world trees of Midgard here in the Northlands. You have the 2 Queens tree, and you have the Wantons tree, which are both highlighted. The world trees being, of course, in Midgard, the thing that makes the world. It holds it together. Yeah, and then if you're feeling like a travel, going to the Moon Palace is like one of those sightseeing things everybody wants to do.
Peanut, I request we add this to the end of our tour.
Yes, certainly we can stay here as long as you like. Time runs differently on the plains, so I'm keeping track with this fine clock-keeping device.
Okay. Is it like super dark? Is it nighttime, or should we like cut out in the morning? What's
currently? I would say that he traveled what? It's just before dawn. It was late when you all rolled in. It was late when he rolled in.
Oh, okay. Cool.
Artemis, my behooved companion, we need to set out at once. This man's life is in peril.
I'm very keen on setting out at once.
Yes, keep that energy. Yeah, you're feeling the pressure, right? This man's life is in danger. There's like a very upbeat soundtrack playing in your hearts right now, and occasionally an angel goes in the background. Yeah, it gets you excited for adventure.
I can hear it.
Peanut's snoot is just subtly going. like in their ears every once in a while, to kind of mimic that sound.
So my question to all of you is, as you set out, who is your guide? Who is leading you? Because they have to make a nature check. And it's about a day's walk. So do you walk the full 24 hours or do you camp in between?
I have the map, and is it definitely nature or could it be survival?
I would take survival.
Okay.
Also,
Yeah,
for the record, if I don't get my beauty sleep, I'm just worthless.
Yeah, so we should probably break it up.
You should sleep a lot, Barney, because you're looking fantastic today, I gotta say.
A local person who works here, or a doctor or a doctor's assistant, where can we rent or purchase a cart?
I would say since you all are the doctor would have vouched that you're trying to help y'all mount, and so he would have brought some. They would have gathered supplies, the town, to let you go and do this.
Oh, fantastic!
It's more like a funeral procession as you leave because they don't think y'all are coming back.
Okay, that's fair.
But they give you a cart. It is pulled by a single. It's pulled by a single reindeer. Because they are very native to this area. Which is it's large. It's big. Yeah, and there's like a single cart. You can all probably fit in it. Probably.
Fine walking.
Flavor wise, what sort of animals pull carts here in Midgard? Like, what are we looking at here?
Cave goats, which are a special kind of goat that don't have hooves. They have paws, so they can climb.
Okay.
There's reindeer are pretty standard. I mean, you'll get your usual horses and stuff, but it's very cold, right? So you have to have something that can withstand the temperatures. If you can say tame wild creature like wolves or such, they might pull a ski cart or like a ski sled of some kind. Wolves have been known to do that. Like I said, you can tame them. Yeah.
Okay, Peanut's perusing this like a well-traveled businessman at like the rental, the car rental at the airport. He's like perusing different. So should he do like a animal handling or something to figure out what would be the okay?
While you're perusing, Georgie's like tugging at your sleeve, like Peanut, come on, we need to go.
Okay, he got a 16.
Okay, a 16. You're surprised this reindeer is well fed. Well kept, much the way that people will keep horses, right? To keep them like healthy so that they can have high stamina and haul things. This reindeer is in really good shape. In fact, it's pulled off of a reindeer farm here in this town. So it's big. It seems like it is suited for this environment. Its coat is thicker than your average deer. Its horns have like a fur layer on them, kind of like a peach, like a little peach fuzz fur. And reindeer they're smart, relatively smart creatures. Not be,
So they're giving us this because they know if everything goes bad, it'll just find its way back in.
Correct.
well, as to make sure that their property is taken care of, do they want to send a local with us, like a guide who doesn't have to go into the terrace, but maybe could like stay with the cart?
Somebody want to roll a persuasion to try to get the town to send a guide with you?
Yes. So to sort of set that up, so you said that everyone was kind of like feels like they're going off to die, right?
Mm-hmm. Uh-huh.
So Barney, just being stubborn, is he unslings his lute from his back and starts sort of playing songs. He starts off doing something quiet to sort of match the mood, and eventually he's working himself up to sort of more raucous drinking songs, and again just trying to levitate the mood. And I guess approaching sort of like the town elder or council, is like, well, I mean, we're going off to, look after your missing people. So, protect your investment, send somebody along, somebody who knows the area, who can, don't mind the cart and the reindeer and other things, and, Bob's your uncle will be back in a flash.
Oh, a 30 with a nat 20. Okay. Okay. All All right. I will give you what you wish for. So, the town elder, or as one of you kind of called it, the chieftain, is a woman. And she stands at the middle of town at the ever burning fire, which is a massive stone head for one of their gods, and the mouth a gape, and it creates kind of an oven. And this fire burns 24 hours a day and is never supposed to go out. It feeds the fire of everything in this town. And in front of it, you can see people have left things behind. It may also serve as some kind of ceremonial altar. But this dwarven woman, broad of shoulders and narrow of waist, stands there with her hammer turned upside down. She uses it more like a prop right now. And she listens to your pitch. She turns, you can see that she has a large slash across her face, which is barely visible in the silhouette of her body against the fire. And she says,
all right. I'll see what I can do. All of you. I'll send you with our best scout.
That would be greatly appreciated.
Is there anything else you need?
Well, I mean, it is sort of a potentially hazardous role we're traveling, so the means of, propping ourselves up, repairing our, mending wounds and the like. So, potions or any kind of additional aid, since we are trying to bring back your citizens, will be, greatly appreciated. Really, like I said, it's an investment in your town's growth and reputation.
Since you've been so persuasive, I'll trade your cart for a sled to get you there faster. I'll fill it up with a few supplies and things you might need for the next few days. We'll get them some furs. Ain't no need for their bones to be chilled while they're at it.
you can see she kind of snaps and people begin bustling about. You can tell that whoever set you up with the reindeer and the cart was clearly trolling you, because the cart would never have made it on wheels. Somebody pulls out a beautiful sled. Much the way you would think a covered wagon is, but it sits on kind of a sledded piece. It's made of a beautiful deep mahogany kind of color, and it's been stained. They switch it out and start filling it with some supplies that you might need. You know what? For fun of it, and because you rolled a nat 20, I'm going to go to our Vault of Magic book, which is a book of magical items. Only magical items, about 700 of them. I'm going to have Barney roll a D100. I'm going to pull a random magic item table. We're going to see what they load you up with. A solid 20. Okay. What does this say? Oh. Okay. Let me make sure that is will work for you before I tell you the thing. That seems kind of cool. Love it. Oh, I'll say that. Flipping through this book here. They fill you up. There is a potion of healing.
Excellent.
There's at least one. That's plus. There is some cured salted meats that like hold up in the cold really well. And there is a lamp inside. The Northlands tend to be very dark because, and you can see that it is not your average lantern. It's round. And the outside looks almost like a honeycomb, and the inside glows with this very warm, encased light. Yeah, and it has some magical properties. That's what I'll tell you. Then there is a strange stone kind of sitting next to it, just big enough to fit in like an average humanoid's, medium humanoid's hand, kind of the way a baseball might. You don't know what it does. There are 2 magical items, a potion of healing, and some rations to get you through the cold days.
All right. It's not herring, is it? I'm not a fan of herring. I've got enough hair as it is. He tugs on his beard.
These cold waters, nah. Maybe not. Well, it might be herring, of some kind, but it looks like if it is cured fish's meat or aquatic, it's of a very large creature, a fatty creature.
As they're loading up everything, I'll give Barney a kiss on the cheek and say, "That's why I keep you around."
Oh, I thought it was for my dashing good looks.
The cart or the sled is way more prepared than you were originally. They gave you a lot more than they had planned on. The honey lamp that is in the cart, actually, if anybody wants to make a quick Arcana check, I'll tell you about both of them. But the honey lamp gives off a constant burning light. No matter how much wind pushes or how much snow bears down on you, it never dwindles, it never even flickers like a flame.
Barney will turn to Georgie and Darlis and say, "Oh, looks like you load her up."
Let me take a look. Let's see what we have here.
Who's our... Hey, very good. Immediately with the honey, you smell it. It's actually made of honey. And it seems to be honey encased in beeswax. Looks like it has a lifespan of about 7 days. So yeah, the honey crystallizes in 7 days and then ceases to glow. And because it is made of a natural honey, eating it will have some kind of effect, granting maybe some visions of some powers of dark vision.
Well, it looks like they're planning to give us about 7 days of light on this journey, so we'll finish it up in that. If we get towards the end of it, I think we can consume what's left of it and perhaps gain some modicum of its ability to see within the dark.
So what you're saying is they gave us a pretty sweet deal there, lad.
Yes.
Now, as you get close, the stone next to it is giving off heat. You've maybe only ever heard of these, because they are most often actually used by reptilian creatures. But this magic stone stays warm to the touch. While carrying it, someone can tolerate temperatures as low as negative 20 degrees Fahrenheit. And if you're wearing heavy clothes and carrying it, you can tolerate temperatures as low as negative 50 degrees Fahrenheit, which all of you are because they loaded you down with furs. Belts and things that you can put around your waist or your shoulders, your neck, your upper body, tuck into your sleeves. They've suited you up to have warmer clothes than you had before.
You mean my sleeveless vest wasn't going to cut it for this adventure?
It's their ceremonial wraps.
So this rock here would be quite useful if we came across someone who wasn't as well adorned as us. Keep them warm and time for us to get them back, perhaps, if we can find any survivors.
Yes. You don't need to give me mines. The cold is bothering me anyways.
In that case, I'll hold on to the stone for now.
Has it ever bothered
Wait,
you?
I've seen that play. Isn't it for children?
Peanut's happy about this because out in the cold, he doesn't benefit from his keen smell because he wears a adorable mitten over his snoot.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. But now with this warm rock, he'll be able to smell danger coming.
Yeah, you can be on top of it. So there you have it. That is what they suited you up with. And who is rolling? Who did we already roll for it? That travel check. that survival? Can you roll that
No,
survival?
I will do
Okay.
that.
Let's get that survival check, and we'll set out to the cold.
If I need to,
Right.
I will pay Buddy to re-roll it.
I was about to say, you can pay some money to re-roll it if you're feeling like it.
I will do that.
Yeah, it is. It's coming in at an 8.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay, a 14. That's much better, and will serve you much better. So, you set out. You have the map. Actually, you know what? I'll let you take advantage on it because you have the map. So, and he gave you a very specific description that he went through this glacier and so forth and so on. 19, you all travel with great speed. This reindeer is super fast and very much suited to travel in snow and hard ice. So was this sled. Made of great dwarven craftsmanship. You can tell that the way they craft it and the wood that they use is malleable. It bends a little bit, even in the cold, which allows it to not snap over rock or jagged ice. And your trip will take you north. Where are we? Wolfheim. And you'll pass through not a whole lot. Mountains and the such run up the center of the peninsula. But you are actually headed towards what is going to be close to Nordheim. You travel for a whole day, or you want to stop? You said you were going to stop halfway.
Yeah, I think that's safest.
Well,
Right.
We must make sure we set up a good camp because that's what happened to the last group.
Okay. You set up camp. Imagine you all will keep watch. There will be a watch put in place.
Yes.
While we're setting up camp, can I use a combination of create water and shape water to make like an igloo for us to?
Oh, that's fun! I love that. Of course you can. Roll a cool on that.
All right. So
We'll get our first corruption as you all set up camp.
Corrupted igloo.
corrupted
Watch this. Yeah, we watch this igloo kind of come together, and it does very much shield you. And it was a super smart move for camping out for the night, because I was going to make it a whole lot worse. I have about another 12 hours of travel in the snow. And a small camp is made. Maybe the stone is passed around to each of you so that you can warm yourself throughout the evening. And the igloo keeps you from the harshest parts of the night. Wolves howl off in the distance, and you can hear the wind whistle through these tall, pointy trees. As maybe you sleep or maybe you don't, you can all not mistake the sound of laughter in the sky. It rings out, multiple voices. You peer out of the igloo to get a good look. In the sky, you see the silhouette of wings. They swoop down and they bend the top of trees with their power as they flap. Before any of you could even consider doing anything, corruption in the world sets in. Only adventurers get to see the darkest of it. You all witness one of them swoop down and snatch up your reindeer.
Oh no, that will not do. Peanut will he will attack them if he sees them try to take the reindeer, if that's possible. I don't know.
You could fire off a shot.
Sure.
And Barney will viciously mock at the creature
Nice.
as well.
About how far out are they from our camp? The reindeer?
So they kind of I mean, it's nearby, right? One of them swooped down. They're above the tree line, and you can see there's a couple sets of wings. There's like 3 or 4 of them. One of them they didn't see y'all in your igloo. They saw the reindeer.
All right. I would like to, as everybody begins to fire off shots, Georgie, who was kind of sitting on atop the sled on the trance-like state, watching things, they're gonna cast a spell. And
Okay, what spell do you cast?
they would like to vortex warp and grab back our reindeer.
Oh, I like this.
As
I
a-
like
as
this
a-
a lot.
a silvery blue portal opens up around the reindeer, and as the Mephit continues to fly, it passes through it. And assuming the reindeer
Guiding
is willing.
bolt for another 12. Okay. I'll say the guiding bolt 12 and a see wisdom. He's got to make a wisdom save. And okay, cool. I'm gonna do some quick dice rolling here.
Sure.
16. So it beats the wisdom save for sure.
Can we also? Can everyone do something, or is it just like surprise?
Everybody y'all can all take an action. You're kind of watching this happen.
Okay, yeah.
And it beats the con save.
Say that the creature.
I think
I'll
the
give you
con save
all
would.
an action.
I think the con save would be for the reindeer, but I guess the reindeer can willingly choose to fail.
I see. You know what? It'll willingly choose to fail. It doesn't want to be eaten. It looks down at all of you. You can see it like, as his reindeer's being like carried off into the sky. Yeah, it willingly chooses to fail.
Okay. Georgie places it next to Artemis. The safest place.
Okay. A javelin for 14, so another 6. Okay. You watch as a guiding bolt and vicious mockery. Basically, the laughter stops as one of them it kind of screams as a vicious mockery rings out. And it shakes it off, not before both a javelin and a guiding bolt bursts through one of its wings, tearing a hole in its kind of the leather. And the other ones fly off quickly. The other 3 you think you see? This one struggles. And as it flies off in the same directions as its other and it is struggling, and you see it go up above the trees, but you don't know if it's actually gonna make it or not. It's like a wounded piece of prey, basically. He's on the move.
I'm gonna if it's still potentially within range, knowing that we need a Mephit hand, I'm gonna grab my grappling hook and just try and throw it and see if I can grab onto it.
Okay, you can definitely do it. You need the hand of the one that scratched him.
Ah, okay.
Oh,
So
well, we don't know. We could just start up a collection.
Man.
Start up a collection of hands, yeah.
Did any of us think to ask the guy for a better description other than white with wings of the one that attacked him?
Well, maybe it'll still have a piece of him hanging out.
Hey, you know what? That's a really great question. None of these were white.
Oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Well, then, in that case, maybe I would let it go.
Yes, we have taught him a lesson. He knows not to mess with our reindeer, and we know now to bring the reindeer inside the igloo.
Yes, I'll make a
bigger igloo next time.
Yes, I'll make a bigger igloo next time.
The good news is the rest of your night is it does not sleep well. The rest of the night it stays kind of on edge, even with bringing it in. You're able to like push it, in to the igloo, even if it doesn't want to go. But it doesn't. It's restless the rest of the night. Maybe all of you are. As you can take a long rest, all of you, if you need it to replenish your spells. And the sun rises.
Oh, I was gonna ask if I could maybe try and calm the animal because I got some animal handling.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't know. I think I clicked on the button. I don't know if it showed up.
It did.
See it when Artemis rolled.
I got an 8.
Oh, okay.
8.
Nah.
So, it still struggles a little through the night. But that's not y'all's fault by any sense of the
okay
words.
As would we all in such a frightening
when you get ripped up out of sleep by a scary
understandable
So before bed then Peanuts will create 45 more pounds of delicious fruits and vegetables
now this calms the reindeer.
Oh, okay.
This reindeer does not get fresh produce, like maybe a frozen apple here or there, a lot of frozen leaf and foliage, but doesn't get like bananas or unfrozen green leaves. So it munches through the night. That probably helps it stay in the igloo.
Peanut's stomach sees what's happening, and he uses his last 3rd level slot to cast it again. Because that was for him. But yeah, so he'll get some more.
Oh, I
It
love
ain't
that
all
the
you need.
reindeer like scoops one of your apples and you're like, oh man. And you cast it again so that both of you have 45 pounds of food. And this reindeer does stay and calms itself eating most of the night away. It's stress eating.
Oh, well, Peanut, if you're looking to share, and Georgie will grab up a banana.
Peanut works hard as a vegan to maintain his 500-pound bulk. So he's definitely... But he is a good businessman, and of course, of course, this continental breakfast is included with all of your adventures when you go with adventure tours from 5 Star Solutions, a subsidiary of Acquisitions Incorporated.
Yes, Peanut.
And
This tour has been very, very much 5 stars.
That is excellent to hear. I'll be asking you to fill out survey when we return you to your home plane.
I imagine that this reindeer also can't eat 45 pounds of food. Does not have that much body mass. So there's going to be some leftovers for anybody that wants them. The rest of the night passes relatively quietly, and as the dawn rises, there are crickets on the horizon, but to your surprise, the legs of these crickets are iced over, and the sound it makes is that of ice on ice, this kind of scratching sound. You are able to continue. I need another survival check from our guide.
Okay.
If someone else is trained in survival, can they help them?
Absolutely. I'll give you advantage with as long as you're trained in it. So you can take the 22 for that.
Very good.
Smart move there. Yeah, with the both of you kind of leading the sled, if you would, and everybody else tagging along. The storm has mostly passed, and today there's actually a little bit of sunshine in the Northlands, and it's actually rather beautiful as it glistens across all of this white snow. Eventually, you can see it, the glacier he was talking about, and this crack through the middle of it. There is no way that the reindeer and sled will fit. The reindeer might, but the sled will not. It's too wide. He did in his recall tell you they had to go one by one.
Did they send a local guide with us to sit with the reindeer, or did Barney do such a good job that we're basically honorary townsfolk?
Well, yes and yes. If you wanted the guide, they would have sent you with one.
Okay. Yeah.
I can tell you who it is and what he's been up to if he came with y'all. If not, you had a map and the things you needed to actually survive.
Okay, got it. All right. All right. It'd just be nice to have somebody to stay with the reindeer since it's been targeted. So
We can unhook it from
I see what you're saying.
sled and take it with us.
Oh.
You would want to take this reindeer into Dangerous
It's
Ruin, where
dangerous.
there might be dangerous monsters that kill you and leave ice.
Darlis, can you build another igloo and then like an igloo stable? And then we can put reindeer in there, like brick it up, you know?
I could, but I should be able to do that.
The reindeer was hard enough to convince to go in their normal conditions. I don't know if it'll appreciate being bricked in.
We have 20 more pounds of food. I'll just throw it in there.
That'll work. Maybe.
All right.
In the reindeer goes to protection. We'll even say you could maybe get a sled too, so it's just not seen from like above, or if somebody walks up, it's a little camouflaged. And it's gonna chill. It's got food and an igloo, and for sure. It kind of puts its legs under and has a seat in this igloo. I imagine its antlers touch like side to side in it, but it's actually very cool. All of you move forward one by one, I'm guessing.
I will go first because it's my job to tour guide you. So if anything is dangerous, I will take it to the face. Unless any of you are trap springers or of the roguish persuasion would like to go first. No pressure. Okay, so Peanuts goes first. All right.
All right.
Georgie moves to be
Peanuts.
between Fearless and Artemis.
Peanut, it is a tight fit.
Let's make sure there's a good amount of personal space between you and between him and George.
Georgie, scoot closer.
It is a tight fit, and I believe. Are we seeing the map now? I want to make sure I got the map up.
To take us over to the map, I'll bring it up.
Go ahead and you can start us there because we're going to narrate through. Well, we'll see how it goes.
Okay.
As you go through, the wind as it pierces through this slit in this glacier is loud and whistles, kind of an unnaturally eerie way. There is nothing but ice here. It's not even snow under your feet. It's dark in this crevice and it is cold, and it leads you through a small tunnel and kind of out the other side. But because all of these amazing donations came through, and we have another corruption bar.
Oh.
Yeah.
Great. Against probably Bergie's better suggestion, Barney is going to have his loot and will be, as quietly as one can with the loot, will be playing something jaunty, trying to buck up spirits as we're going through single file one by one.
Would you like to roll a performance check?
Sure.
See how jaunty it is? How good does it jaunt? Oh, it's jaunty. Okay. Yeah, it's jaunty and it's light on the air, and there's something about the whistle of the wind through this crevice that kind of adds a natural aesthetic to the song that you play. Maybe it does, or maybe it doesn't boister your spirits or your friend's spirits. That's for them to decide.
Well, I certainly feel better about things. I never know what to do with my hands sometimes.
Your music is so inspirational that Peanut remembers that he's supposed to give you guys a quick rundown to remind you of the liability contract that you signed with the company before you went in the store. So he is going to use motivational speech. So you address allies, staff, or innocent bystanders to exhort and inspire them to greatness. Whether they have anything to get excited about or not, choose up to 5 creatures, which is the 5 of you, within range that can hear you. For the duration, each affected creature gains 5 temp HP and has advantage on wisdom saving throws. If an affected creature is hit by an attack, it has advantage on the next attack roll it makes. Once an affected creature loses the temporary hit points granted by the spell ends for that creature.
Right.
All right.
Love it. Take your 5 XP for everybody. And it's probably a good thing that you cast this, actually, because as the music rings out, something happens. And I need everybody to roll a dexterity saving throw as part of this glacier begins to crumble above you. Avalanche down.
Look out!
These are not the best times for Peanut.
I'm gonna spend some money to re-roll that.
Yes,
Yep,
I
yep.
will be rolling a few times, I think, if that's allowed. I have negative.
I don't think a 13
Is
cuts
this-
it.
is
Time
this
to
a-
time to spend some money.
Hey, there we go.
This is getting exciting, everybody.
Is this an effect that like there's like a little preamble before? Is it just like I'm surprised by it?
The idea is that basically the music rings out, but it has rustled the like snow and rock above you, and it has caused a minor avalanche. So you're
Oh.
getting kind of a reaction because of this speech that was given
Well, I was saying
to be able to make a save.
You gotta say the words. You gotta say the words. Did not see it coming. You know what I'm saying?
What would you like to do?
No, I was asking if my danger sense applied because
Oh,
I get advantage on deck saves that I can see.
yes, it would absolutely apply here. The first piece of ice hits your nose, and you react before everyone else does.
Georgie's clamped on behind you.
I
and,
failed. I re-rolled and I
true.
failed again.
Yeah, same here.
So fail. I only got 1 success, right? 2 successes.
I mean,
So it needed to be
got a
above
16 on his reroll. If that-
16.
that-
Yeah, that reroll works. Who
Sweet.
did not roll? 1. Danger sense, that one works. Okay, so if you rolled below a 15 or below, you will take some damage as ice comes tumbling down. Those of you that succeeded will take half damage. Right, I didn't roll great, so you'll take 12 or 6.
What type of damage is this?
This is bludgeoning damage, as chunks of ice come barreling down on your head.
All right.
You said save for half.
Yeah, save for half.
Okay.
Then if you're like a rogue and you get the option of halving damage based on a dex save, you don't take any damage.
I will turn around and glare at Barney.
Watches his 3rd level spell slot just get destroyed.
It's asking
and he grumbles to himself.
Peanut, you have such great foresight. I've seen that coming.
It's fine. Now that we're past that first obstacle, let me motivate you one more time. When life makes the corrupted ice fall on your head, you just keep going, am I right? Hey, that's what Adventure Tour is all about. This was fun times, yeah? Little snowball fight in the cave there. And he recasts it on everybody.
Are they like trapped in the ice, or?
Then he casts aid on 3 people. He eyes the 3 people he thinks are the wimpiest, and he's going to cast aid on those people.
Okay.
George exposes to not look wimpy.
As you're basically all kind of running at this point, as it's barreling down.
Sorry. Yeah. I'll do it after we escape. My bad.
And you all of you kind of jump out the other side as snow, dust. Psh, some of you take damage from the falling rock as you were escaping. Some of you might not have. But as you come out the other side, you all see it. Terrace. Front of you, and without a shadow of a doubt, elevated and of many layers. It has multiple sets of steps that go to all of these different kind of small elevation points. It's quiet. At the topmost point, you see what Yum was talking about. This kind of glinting of metal. Large object sits up there, some kind of machine. Other than casting aid and a motivational speeching us up again, what does everyone else, what do you do?
It's so quiet. He kind of
sorry about that.
Handles her great axe after it's a surprise attack. Kind of looks around. This is foreboding.
Well, now that we got that ice out of the way, it should be smooth sailing from here if I know anything.
Very large.
Are there is it seem to be like one structure, or are there like multiple structures?
This actually seems to be the terrace of a much larger structure. So it seems that this stone terrace ends several levels up at a large door. And there's a set of staircases that provide access to all these elevated platforms. You can see that the other regions of some of the terrace are actually locked behind ice. So, for example, I think I can ping. Yeah, right here, for example, in the upper right, you can see that part of that is actually covered. You can tell that this has been excavated out of an ice chunk, which means if this is just the terrace of the structure, the real structure must be massive. You can see crystals mounted at some higher points. You can kind of see the glisten of large crystals. And pulse is in the air.
Where should we go? Kind of clops forward.
I think maybe the stairs.
Yeah.
You all head towards the stairs. Our passive perception 14, yeah. You see movement up near that platform A where that machine is. There's a white figure that kind of is hunched over and rustling near the ground as if it's like fixing or picking something up as you see the movement of that body.
See, look there, on top of this next. Did no one see it?
I'll catch it for just a second before it disappears behind the large metal structure.
Did it look like humanoid? Or it's just like a...
It does look bipedal. You might have caught the glimpse of a wing. I would not say it was human.
Well, something knows we're here. We should tread carefully.
Or we could not tread carefully since it knows we're here, so you could, tread loudly.
So, just to be clear, we're lower, and this is like going up towards this area.
45 feet up. The highest point seems to be about 45 feet of elevation, and then it ranges. It varies from there. So there's like this one here is actually 50 foot. You can kind of see it on the map. 30 feet. So they just they're jaggedly placed, almost the way one might build a maze, but they did it in levels.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Artemis looks uneasy with all the stairs.
Well, it's probably better than, like climbing up the side, but I mean, we could actually do that. I mean, I've got, climbing kit.
There is, I think this spot here to your right is the stairs in. And this one here is also a set in, if I remember correctly.
Split the party immediately.
Right or left, everybody?
Yeah, they have the map. I trust there.
Right, it looks like you're going up that flight closest. You can see that the highest peak is this platform here with this crystal on it, which as you round the corner becomes more evident. It's sitting on kind of a platform, really. It's area D. It's a kind of translucent white crystal. It hums audibly, and there is no doubt, even if you're not magical, that it is radiating magic. It is very, very clear just from the kind of thrumming and throbbing of the light that it emanates, that it's radiating magic.
Are we going kind of slow, or are we moving up at a brisk pace? Because I know we're waiting for Artemis to come along. The reason I ask is I don't know if I have time to like ritual cast detect magic to like see what sort of magic it is, or whether I need to burn a spell slot.
I think that's up to the party if you want to wait. What is it? The 10 minutes for the ritual?
Yeah.
I would say, I imagine you're all still moving with stealth, so I'm going to need a stealth check. I can do what I call a group stealth check, which is basically an average of everybody's rolls.
Good.
Sounds good to me.
Sure.
So everybody roll a stealth check, and then you all can role play out whether or not you want to wait the 10 minutes for the ritual, or whether or not you should spell slot.
Quite cold, but I'll just hold this stone if you want to proceed with it.
Hey, is breastplate disadvantage to stealth?
No.
No.
No, it is not.
Then I'll bring in my sweet negative one to the table.
Right. Okay, let's see what I
Nice. That's pretty good. 12.
Okay. Oh, this is why we bell curve everybody. It's just gonna do a little... I'll take the 5, 6, and 12.
Oh my god!
I mean, charity's happening right now. Oh my gosh, guys.
Anybody want to re-roll?
Are you guys deliberately crushing ice beneath your feet, like for
crunch,
fun?
Crunch! Yeah.
The elephant
yes.
wearing a stone breastplate got like a better. Oh man.
Georgie's making a snow angel quietly.
My feet are webbed, so yes, I am making a lot of noise while walking.
Yes, that's probably true. A 6. Okay, I want to make sure I get the right average here for everybody. Barney re-rolled. Did anybody else re-roll? No. Okay. Y'all, I'm so
not
sorry.
I'm not having that one bring us down.
Okay.
Did I roll another that one?
Okay, so
Oh no, you did great, Barney.
You did great.
Okay.
That time around, yeah. Everybody else, so your average in total was about 9 across the board. I will give you this moment to make a decision about that detect magic.
I'm going to use a spell slot.
Okay. Spell slot it is instantaneously cast. Does it look like as you cast detect magic on this crystal that's like up and above your head?
Barney's going to kind of flick the wrist and snap his fingers, and it looks like a puff of smoke and flame with like musical notes in it.
I love that. As they fly up, they kind of twirl around with nobody else seeing it, of course, but you. read this thing and come back to you. There are quite a few magical things here. This crystal, and I'm going to give you a little extra only because it's outside the 30 feet, but you're going to be able to use some deductive reasoning here.
Okay.
Because you're pretty intelligent. So this one that's above you at this 50-foot platform is definitely magical. It is emanating some planar magics, as if it is part of a larger planar hopping device. When you realize that the other crystals, which are located at C, is also emanating the same magic. The machine at A, which is much farther off, it is probably magical, but it seems that all three of these things, and there's another one at B. I'm sorry, there are 3 crystals. There's the one at B as well. When they're all activated, something happens and more than likely opens a portal.
Was that?
Okay.
That's basically what you get, is that this is some kind of machine or ancient power that when activated, these crystals and this machine work together to open a portal.
So because of the weird nature of this map, guys, there's a cameraman, an invisible cameraman to the south, that if you click off your token, you'll get a bird's eye view, which kind of represents when you first came into the cave and you looked up at the structure. But on your mini, as you're climbing around, right, you're not going to have that same kind of like ability to see, because there's going to be walls rising up next to you and things like that. So just kind of, you can switch back and forth so that you have a general memory of like where you saw things when you're down on the ground.
Gotcha.
Yeah.
Well, I could have told you all that. I'm something of an expert on portals myself.
Wants to cast your stones in the
I'm
middle
sure
of the
you are, lad.
stairs.
I'd sooner go with the big guy over there, though. And Barney will make it a point
reindeer.
to share all this information with the party.
Mm-hmm.
Kind of knowing he knows enough to know this, but doesn't necessarily know what to do with the information.
We just need to find the magical trigger for each one of the crystals, and then that'll open the way forward.
As you all sort this out and the magic is cast and you gain this information and you're sharing it with each other, you hear the sound of voice, 2 of them in fact, that come off from the area that we see as F. There's an elevation there that kind of blocks your path, and they were clearly standing behind it, which is why you did not see them. And then goes, "Did you hear that?" And the goes, "I don't know." And you hear the sound of steps, 2 sets of them, coming your direction, as if it's going to round this corner here.
I've kind of run up onto this platform, and I'm at the top of the stairs, brandishing my weapons.
Right. Let's see. This is what I need. Okay, this is what I need. I'm going to do a quick, just 30 roll, 20 roll here.
Oh, at any point, you can pause Foundry by hitting the spacebar, and then we won't be able to move.
Oh,
So,
fine.
yeah.
Okay. One of them rounds the corner. You see this kind of gray mephit. And it kind of looks about, does not see you. It only rolled a 4. Plus its stat, which still wasn't enough to surprisingly beat your frickin' 9 stealth as a group. I imagine, very Scooby-Doo style, you all like freeze, one of you as a plant, one of you against the wall, like trying to blend. The average person would know it wasn't very good, but it doesn't see anything and goes, "I don't see nothing." He turns around and walks off. You can tell he's grumpy because he has a big old hole in his wing. Wonder where that came from.
Georgie climbs up in their prone position.
Can we see these creatures or no?
You do. You see the one, he turns his back to you. He kind of came out around this corner. You peeked him. He kind of looks like that. Perfect. Thank you. And he looks really angry. There's a big hole in his wing. from the night before, and he does not turns around to go back to his post, which is around the corner.
Can I see it from where I am now?
I believe so. I should be able to. Where are you? I believe most of you, yes, all of you from there would be able to see the both of them. They've got their back this set of elevation stairs here. Kind of just leaning, hanging out. They're supposed to be on watch, but they don't seem very interested in what's going on. Oh, remember, this area in here is 50 feet up. You have to take the stairs. You'd have to come to this platform here.
These stairs right here don't lead to it? There were stairs to the south?
Oh, I see what you're saying. Those stairs from 35 feet, that leads into what is behind ice.
Oh, so we could not
So you
get
could
up
basically
here. Okay.
climb this 5-foot wall here to go that way if you wanted to. Like I said, it's kind of like a maze in that.
Okay.
It's this way, everyone. Look.
Whoop whoop that way.
You see, is standing at the base of the parapet. The air around Georgie shifts for a moment, and then a portal appears, and they shift up and appear at the top of the 5-foot ledge.
Nice.
They look smugly down at Barney. See, master of portals.
Only 5 feet. I won't even require an athletics check. If you need some help, I'm sure that there's somebody in the party that can give you a lift.
Right as you're like turning back to gloat about it, you see Artemis getting ready to jump up there. It's like going at you.
Georgie dives out of the way.
So it's some kind of athletics check to get up there?
Unless you feel like you need it or can't climb yourself, it's only 5 foot, so it's pretty standard, easy climb.
Oh, it's just 5 foot. Yeah, so I just jump from
it's
the
just a
stairs,
5-foot wall. Yeah, exactly.
It's probably pretty loud because I'm pretty heavy.
Yeah, we could, well, we know your stealth wasn't very good. As you land, all of your stealths were kind of, well,
marginal.
You're actually at the same elevation as the metallic object, and you can now see it very clearly. More importantly, you can see standing next to it is that creature. I want to make him. How do I make him visible? Move him.
Right click. There should be like a little hooded icon.
Oh, I see. Okay, I see. Yeah. Can y'all see him now? He's up there.
Justifiable.
Yes.
Perfect. Okay, great. This is the large white Mephit, and he's bigger. They're bigger, and they have their back to you as they're fuddling with the machine, which is powered on, and is kind of the gears are kind of moving. He seems to be actively doing something.
Look, everyone, a denizen of the plane of water.
That's the one I
He
saw
must have
before.
traveled here through a portal.
Was that trying to grab our?
Here, right here, as you step up, there are 2 Mephits. This is the one that peeked you earlier. I don't know if y'all could see me pinging that or not.
I could see you pinging, but we don't see anything
It's
there.
invisible still.
Okay, but yeah, I was about to say I have to add a token.
For you need a Mephit?
I need 2 of them if you don't mind.
Bloop. Bloop.
There you go.
Amazing. My helping hand. Yeah, one of them's like in this kind of nook over here. This is the one that you have already injured. And he goes, "Wah!" As you kind of round the corner. You surprised him.
Did we though?
Nice.
I mean,
I'll
he
take.
didn't see you, but you do get basically a surprise round on them. So you can do what you want, but we will be going into combat.
Okay.
All right.
I mean, do we have to go into combat? I mean, perhaps we can, parlay with them, work something out. We don't have to wholesale slaughter.
We need one of your hands. We're just gonna cut that off.
Also, we should kill them so that they.
Well, if we ask nicely, maybe.
If someone asked you nicely, would you give them your chop off your own hand and give it?
There you got a hand.
I don't know if I would describe the situation as a surprise round for Peanuts because he got a 0.08 for his initiative, and he was helping everyone up onto the ledge. So he's still down there and has probably no idea what's happening up there.
Wow.
Yeah.
You don't see them Yes, I guess
Okay,
is the
that
best way to
works.
put it. Guess this Mephit needs to roll for his. I'm definitely figuring this out.
Oh, so Dot, our guest in Foundry, with this traditional initiative, there should be a really cool video game style initiative thing at the top of your screen. If you don't see it, you should be able to.
Do you see the combat tracker?
All right, to go to the left-hand side of your screen, and there should be like a little carousel, like from a circus or a carnival. At the very bottom, you see a little button for a carousel at the very bottom.
Left-hand side.
Left-hand side
Left-hand
with all your
side.
little buttons.
All my buttons.
Oh
I
yeah,
see-
your tracker's there. I see it on your stream. Okay, yeah, it's up there at the top. You can actually move that around however you want.
Oh,
and
dope.
then-
Okay, cool.
And just like Divinity and games like that, it'll actually move through everybody's portrait as their turns come up.
Sick. That's great.
Yeah.
That's wonderful. Okay, cool.
Yes. So if you want
Oh.
screen real estate, you don't even have to show the actual tracker because you can just use that one.
Sick. That's awesome. Okay.
Yeah.
There you have it. They both rolled in. They've been dropped in initiative. I'm going to give you an action before we jump into this because you did surprise them if you could see them.
Mm-mm.
So that looks like it's gonna be
Okay.
at least 2 of you, maybe 3 of you. So what would you like to do? Chris, you're
Well,
up.
Oh, yeah.
What's up?
Yes.
What y'all want to do?
I mean, if it's the same one that it looks like it's the one that tried to steal our reindeer, I'm gonna start blasting.
Absolutely. And he's already injured and you surprised him. Looks really surprised that he didn't see you earlier. Almost as surprised as Dot is. Go ahead. What would you want to give just attack him?
Yeah, I'll do some Eldritch Blasts.
Yes, nice.
All right, so here's 1. And 2.
Attack 16. I believe that will hit. Oh, phew. Oh, that looks dope.
So your monsters do similar things. If you mouse over who you want them to attack and then hit T on
Oh.
your keyboard, it'll make a target appear. And then if you click their ability buttons, it'll do like an animation. Because Foundry is awesome.
Oh, okay. That makes sense. Okay, that's
Yeah.
cool. That's what you were
Especially
talking
when you
about
hosted on
earlier.
Forge VTT.
Oh yes,
Right.
of course. Brought to you by Kakaroto.
Oh, yeah.
A subsidiary of Acquisitions Incorporated.
You know what? I'm going to say you hit with both of them, and that much damage, pretty much with his other injury, will kill him.
Oh jeez.
Oh, do
Yes,
you
no.
Eldritch blast him into oblivion?
Yes, and he'll say, "No one takes our reindeer."
Aw. He goes like, "Rah!" As he double Eldritch blast, and kind of disintegrates into cold ash. The other guy is still left standing. This guy, he's dead. Sure, there's a way for me to make him dead. Just take him off the board. There we go. He gone. The other one turns to look at the who's left of you. Who is? Yeah. So this is the surprise round. So what would y'all like to do? You don't have to take an action in the surprise round. You can if you want to.
Georgie would like to take the dodge action.
Nice.
Smart.
The Arisian
I-
way.
I will run up and bonk him in the face.
Yes. Bonk it way.
Okay. This is so strange to me. I'm used to casting spells. I'm hitting things. Okay. There's an axe
Nice.
That is. Yeah. That'll do.
and another axe
Very
Oh,
nice.
that'll do too. So
and a hammer.
Oh!
But
Whap, whap,
dual
whap.
wielding.
Okay, so that comes out to 15 points, and another 9 makes 24. How do you kill this one?
Basically, I just essentially cut him into pieces with my axe, and then I wham the hammer down on his skull.
As you do so, as you do so, he and screams out as you slice him open and smash him to smithereens into cold stone. as you do, signals this justifiable ice mephit, this kind of white big one, as he turns, and you hear him say,
"What is going on? Stop this! No!"
he will join our initiative.
What's that?
Are they speaking common?
This one did, well, actually, no, it did not.
Okay.
Did say something, but not that any of you but the audience can understand. And you see that it signaled another set of them. Around the corner up here, around E. I've got to come all in here. Yeah. Cool. Thank you. My helping hand is like steps ahead of me. And you can see there's a whole bunch of them that were kind of over this direction, lower than your current elevation that you did not see. And they will join us in our efforts. There they are. Just gonna, there we go.
Oh, jeez.
I'm seeing all those dice. Okay, well, most of them are going to go at the end, so you don't have to worry about them so much. Now we go into a proper initiative because y'all already killed the ones that they were working on. So, as we start round 1.
All right, so I see a whole bunch of them seem to be coming, after us.
Yes, they look to be. They turn and they get up, and you can see that they just they begin moving kind of around the corner to get a better look because you're 10 feet, 20 feet above them, so they're gonna have to get to you. They will very clearly be taking this flight of stairs to reach you, followed by this flight of stairs to reach you.
Okay. I'm gonna kind of stand over the edge here to see if I can get a good look on them, and then
Sure.
Go ahead and start blasting.
Start blasting.
Alrighty, let's see here. So I'll hit that one. Try and hit that one, and I'll
do it.
I want to, if they're coming towards us, what I want to do is push it back with I have the Eldritch Invocation for Repelling Blast and
Okay.
Lance of Lethargy, so I'll push it back 10 feet and take away 10 feet of his movement. So it takes longer for it to get here.
As you blast him, he smashes into the one behind him. I love that he's well kept. He has a pompadour and cleans up every day. Smashes into this one. It actually pushes this guy back prone into this pile of rubble. Moves him back a little bit, and he'll lose that 10 feet of movement. This guy here is now prone. I'm sure there's a way for me to put a condition. Combat state. Look at that.
Then I'll go ahead and hit him. Try and hit the same one with my second Eldritch Blast.
Oh, yeah, go ahead. One misses. Something about the tumble between the two of them as he smashes into his friend throws off the targeting a little bit. And he is, it does not, in fact, his AC. He screams out, though. And when he laughs and kind of screams, the rest of them join, and this kind of cackle of laughter rings out across this hollow, ice-frozen terrace.
All right, and last thing I'll do is I'm gonna go ahead and where is it here? Features. I'm gonna summon a tentacle.
Oh, that's dope.
So here it is. There. Did I go through?
Tentacle of Depths. As a bonus action, at point you can see 10-foot long tentacle. The tentacle lasts for 1 minute until you use it. When you create the tentacle, you can make a melee spell. Oh, nice. Well, that hits for so a little bit of cold damage.
Summon right there.
Guy.
Nice.
All right.
Sick. And it slaps out. And I'm guessing anyone that steps into it, does it stay?
So yeah, it stays there for a minute, and if anybody is near it, I can use my reaction to help to defend him for a bit.
Okay, so in total, you did 8 points of damage on this guy. I want to make sure I put that in correctly.
The tentacle does do cold damage, and these look like ice mephits. I don't know if they
Oh, they are technically. He may not take that cold damage. He would probably negate most of that.
Okay, that's fine.
But it looks nice.
Yeah, it looks really great, and learned something about them.
All right, and that'll be the end of my turn. I'll go ahead and end
Okay,
the turn.
cool. I don't know how to change his HP, but I know what it is because I wrote it down.
Oh, I could do that in the background so you could focus on the.
That would be awesome.
Yeah,
I'm not
no
exactly sure.
worries.
I thought I was close, but I'm not close. He rings out and takes that full 8 points of damage. That one little guy right here. Rolls to the next turn. Georgie, you are up. Georgie, what would you like to do?
All right, Georgie stops dodging, seeing foes afoot. They step forward. They say, "Stand back! I'm going to create a tiny portal within this one's brain." And cast Mind Sliver on the one that is prone. I'll need an intelligence saving throw.
Does he now? Okay.
I believe within 60 feet.
So 15.
It's hard to tell, but this one, it's definitely in pain. Look at it, writhe on the ground there. And Georgie,
You sure wasn't it being knocked over by the other one?
no, I definitely saw some extra pain from the tiny portal in their brain, and Georgia will end their turn.
You see again. You try to get in its head, and it kind of shakes it off, much like the one that attacked last night did. But it doesn't take that damage.
Fair enough.
It becomes this Mephit's turn, the competitive one. He's very competitive, and he's very jealous that everybody else got there before him. So he's going to use his action to dash because he wants to see what's going on. So he kind of comes up and around his friends here. 20. He can get to about here, so he can see what's going on, and he looks to see a tentacle blocking his path. And I don't think he can reach all. I'm gonna be honest. I don't think any of his spells. Okay, you know what? He's gonna cast Fog Cloud.
Okay.
Nice.
And he's gonna cast a fog cloud. He's gonna cast the fog cloud here, so you can't see him coming up the steps. He gives cover. He gives cover to his friends. Yes. And he goes, "Quickly, while there is cover!" And you can hear the other ones like, as they laugh and the patter of their feet begin to run. That is his turn. It passes to the Barney. Sorry, to Barney.
All right. Barney's seeing that there are some magic users in there. He's gonna get his loot out again. Well, time for a little bit of song and dance. Burgundy, watch my back. And he's going to run around and try and see if he can't get past the scope of the fog cloud. And kind of remembering where the Mephits were, he's going to strum on his lute, and out pops just sort of like, imagine like the Green Lantern ring, so out pops like a keg, it flops down, spills open, and out washes just a tumbling of images and colors and shapes, and he casts Hypnotic Pattern.
Oh, dang.
Love that. As these psychedelic colors spill out like a surrealist painting. Let's see what they need to make a DC. Twisting Patterns 30-foot cube. And you're casting it on the. Which one are you casting it on? It's going to affect a couple of them.
Area of effect, so I'm kind of like just. Come on.
It's going to hit all 4 of these if you put it. You put it here, will affect all 4 of these. Like it'll affect all of them. They're all gonna have to roll. Pretty much anywhere you put it, it's gonna get them. So I'm gonna say they all have to roll for this because they all could effectively be all messed up. So I'm going to make a couple checks.
I think I got all of them but one with that template placement.
That's what I thought. I thought you got... Yeah, I see it. He's over there to the left. Yeah, you didn't get him, but you got the rest of them. Dope. Okay, they're gonna make a wisdom save. Makes the save, does he?
So a cool thing you can do in Foundry is you could left-click drag all of the actors you want, and then just click in chat that save button under Hypnotic Pattern. It'll roll all of them for you.
Wait, hang on. How do I select them all?
All right, so left-click
so
drag. Yeah, get a marquee going. Select all the guys you want. Then go over and just click the save DC, and it'll automatically roll all their saves. So see a bunch of dice drop at once.
Don't see how to drag them, but can I click it?
The regular tool?
Oh, I got it. I can select them. I can just shift select them. Okay, dope. Okay, now, then I come over here and I just hit the wisdom save button in.
Yep.
Ah!
Isn't that nice?
Oh my god, that's so sick.
Yeah.
Okay. Woo! They rolled all right.
Yeah, they did.
They rolled all right. 2 of them saved. This guy in particular, he's did really, really well. So, 2 of them do make it. The others don't. What kind of damage do they take? Or they're charmed?
They're charmed.
Yeah. What
They
would
are
you...
incapacitated.
Are incapacitated. They stand charmed, staring at this pool of colorful, like what looks like liquid oil paint as it spills across this icy ground, and they're like, "Ooh, pretty," as they keep kind of laughing, almost hyena-like in a certain way. The other one goes, "No, stupid! Snap out of it!"
Fair enough.
Now becomes... Oh, no, that's the dead one. It now becomes Bergie's turn.
Okay. Let's see. So I can't... Is the fog cloud still up, or did that one get incapacitated? Did it go up?
I don't believe incapacitation would cancel. Does it cancel concentration?
May double check, because a fog cloud may not...
If you click on the word incapacitated in the spell, where it says like has a little book next to it, it'll pop up and tell you what incapacitated does.
Oh, yeah. So it's just can't take actions or reactions, so it doesn't
so
interfere.
they can maintain. Yeah, in the back of their mind, they're still focusing on the spell. Yeah.
The spell, yeah.
Okay. So I am going to try. I'm gonna just try and keep my husband safe. I'm gonna go. I'm not. I'm gonna go here. And I'm gonna ready a bonk for anybody who comes within range. Because I can't really see anything. Yeah.
Okay. You ready yourself, you get just to the edge of it so that maybe if this fog cloud disappears, you'll be ready, or who knows what comes through it.
Yes.
And that then passes to this communicable one. He takes flight. Actually, the spell ends for an affected creature if it takes any damage or if someone else should just shake the creature out of it. We're gonna say he takes flight because he's one of the ones that is not charmed, I believe. And he flies over and lands here.
Okay.
As he comes in, you can see this crooked face as he laughs at you.
Nice. Oh, which other one made the save? Voracious, chilling?
Let's do the chilling one.
Right,
he seems chill.
good.
He's like,
All right.
yo, stop fighting. Gonna be A-okay.
I'll mark your stunned ones for you. Or your,
Thank you, I appreciate you. Yeah, there we go. Okay, so, and that is... Oh, he lands after he takes his movement, and he turns and looks at the 2 dwarves that are standing there, and he takes a deep breath before casting Frost Breath.
Ooh.
All right, so you have to make a dexterity saving throw of a 10.
Definitely did not. That's okay.
5 cold. That's his breath stings the skin. Oh, a dirty 20. That is a save, Barney. You dash behind one of these rocks or whatever these like old planters are here. Oh wait, I think I can. Oh, I can do it. How do I spin it? Oh yeah, look at me go. I'm figuring this out, y'all.
There you go.
Okay, did I do it? And then how do I
Yep.
cast it? Oh, I did it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, I'm learning. There you go. It hits the both of you, or one of you. You take 5 points of cold as Barney, you are able to duck and cover. And you can feel it almost eats away at the skin in a certain way. Moving us along to Artemis.
Nobody gets to give my wife the cold shoulder but me!
What do you do, Artemis?
All right, so I was looking very disappointed when a burger killed the only thing here, but then a rest sponge from showed up, and that satisfied her. She's gonna turn and look over her shoulder, and look to kind of the rest of the party, but past them as if something is approaching, and everyone up here on the thing will suddenly hear like the subtle, like a stampede of hooves that are approaching. All of her little tribal tattoos are gonna start glowing. And as it comes to a crescendo, she's gonna let out a battle cry, and then this part of the spirit of her ancestors that travel with her and fight with her. So this is like a whole herd of centaurs has suddenly appeared. You can kind of suddenly see them darting in and out. And I'm just gonna start running down these stairs through this fog cloud the best way I can. And get in there.
Hop down.
Any attack roll made against you, so you're good. Yeah, you run down, and you can feel your feet meeting the stairs in all of this fog, hoping that you'll keep yourself
I had a vague
heading in the
idea
right
of where it's
direction.
going. I'm just gonna go
Yeah, you
in.
saw it before the fog cloud was at least cast, so you have a general idea.
Yeah. And then, I assume the party gets a little nervous as suddenly there's just a bunch of noise that wasn't there before. And then, I actually have plenty of speed as a barbarian, so I'm gonna go my full 60. I'm still in the cloud,
Nice.
so I'm just gonna dash right up this guy with my action.
Okay.
Oh, these guys aren't awake, so I'll go.
I think all of them down here, except for this one right here, this chilling one, he's not charmed at the moment.
Okay.
Yeah, the ones that are pixelated are.
Okay. Well, I'll come out of the fog cloud. I'll see this one. I'll jump over it and land next to this guy and scream in his face. Ah! But I'm out of action economy, so that's it.
I was like, this one in front of you goes like, "Whoa, chill out, man. No need to get angry. Just kidding, haha. I'm gonna scratch you now." It's not actually his turn. It's
Well, I'm done now, so.
this one's, and he's charmed. So I guess, and incapacitated, so he cannot take action. So it passes to the justifiable Ice Mephit. This one is looking over all of this happening, and you can hear him like, no, and you hear the loud clank of like a handle as the machine and starts to whirl up. He turns it on. This device. As he does, gate begins to open. Well, let me say this. The crystals begin to glow. That is what happens on this turn. All of the crystals, except for B, begin to glow. B might be broken, you don't know. But it doesn't glow as bright. Yeah. And something's going to happen. It laughs as it takes its turn, and it will move over here to this side so that it can witness what is about to go down. Wonderful. Oh, I love that. The colors are perfect. Passes to this voracious Ice Mephit who is incapacitated. From that one to the chilling Ice Mephit, he goes, "Whoa, man, just chill out." And he kind of pushes you as it will attempt to make a, what does it wants to do? It's going to cast a Death Burst.
Make it count. My
barbarian.
ancestors are watching.
Oh my gosh, this guy's gonna
Good.
blow himself up to kill you.
Blew up? Oh, okay.
This Mephit dies. It explodes in a burst of jagged ice. Each creature within a 5 foot must make a dex saving throw. It sacrifices himself and some of his party. So let me just drop that right there.
Smart. He's
so-
waking up.
Yeah. Okay.
That wasn't very
I
good.
gotta-
So I'm just going to put it out there. All right.
He was also in the Acquisitions Incorporated internship program. So
Right.
Yes.
it's called taking one for the team.
Boom. So there is 7 damage done to, well, the chilling Mephit, he dead. This one here takes another 7 points. Figured this out finally. Takes another 7 points. This one here will also take 7 points because he's within 5 feet as his friend explodes. Boom! Ice method everywhere.
I try and shield my eyes with my axe, but then to get out of the way. Was 18 enough to save?
18. Let's make it. Oh yes, absolutely. Yeah,
All
you
right.
dodge out of the way as like a piece of his wing comes like slinging through the air as a jagged piece of ice and slams into stone wall. It would have done some damage on you had it hit you.
Okay.
Now you know that all of them can do that. So good luck.
They like to pop when they are nervous.
Well, that one was
I might
chill.
have scared it to death.
Oh, well, yeah, that was chill. It now becomes Peanut's turn. Peanut, you see an explosion even through the fog cloud, like light up as icy bits hit the stone, and you can hear them tink, 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 tink as he falls back to the ground.
All right, Peanut will pull himself up on the ledge. He sees there's a big cloud. He hears some fighting on the other side of the cloud. He's happy because, you know, this is Adventure Tours, and sounds like they're having a good adventure. He's going to take a search action, actually, to get a better sense of what is happening. Like what he could see, what he could hear, what he could smell, like, and try to figure out what's going on, because he's been down that ledge and he's just sort of trying to get oriented. Is that all right? So I'll roll a perception.
Sure, roll a perception check.
All right. Yeah.
Okay. Well, you can't see through the fog cloud, but your hearing alone tells you that there are a bunch of mephits down here, these mephits. You see the big white one up here. He's overlooking these crystals as if something is going to happen. Because you're making the perception check, you're very well aware that, like, in a few seconds, something is going down. That being said, because you take your time, you also recognize that whatever's going to happen is dependent upon all 3 pieces of this, the crystals and the machine. If one of them go out, probably doesn't work. It's already got 1 crystal down, so it's running off basically 2 batteries instead of 3, so it definitely won't work if you take one of the crystals out.
Got it. Okay. He will keep this information to himself because Adventure Tours. He wants to see where this is going, make sure his clients are having a great time. So since there is combat, though, he will use a bonus action to call out a spiritual weapon.
Ooh, okay, yeah.
Yeah.
What does your spiritual weapon look like?
Oh man, his spiritual weapon is an elephant.
Yes. Another one appears.
All right, I'll grab it real quick.
Okay. Getting this spectral weapon within range, right? Okay, great. So you just cast it. You're not able to actually do anything with it this turn.
I mean, I could bonk somebody with it if there's somebody within range.
The closest one would be maybe this method here.
Okay, see within 60 feet? Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, he's in the 60 feet. Get him over there.
All right.
He's also tearing your friends up with cold breath. So.
Okay. Yeah. So I'll have my spiritual weapon. It's it's only a 5 foot. It's only a 5 foot square, but it thinks of itself as being much larger. All right. So it'll appear right here, and it will try to give him that bonk, that 24 for 7.
That bonk will happen. You come over, it's blowing this ice breath, and it stops as soon as you bonk it on the head.
Right.
And in fact, this elephant that only takes up a 5 foot space, imagine it knocks over this like planter and stuff along the way.
For sure.
Yeah, as it kind of, and his ice breath stops, as it like, being bonked on the head. Well done.
We got it all. We got tentacles,
So it's a bonus
we got
action.
ancient, spiritual, ancestral centaur warriors, and we have an elephant. They should
It's
be scared.
epic as hell.
There. Now he's only 5 feet.
This well-kept, this well-kept, Mephit, he was the one that was prone, and he is also currently charmed, so he loses his turn because he's incapacitated. Moving us back up to the top of initiative round.
Oh, into the next round.
Moving on to the next round.
Don't.
I will tell you this: something big will happen each and every round.
Oh, okay.
Yes. What would you like to do, Dom?
He saw the one up top fiddle with that machinery.
And you definitely heard it turn on, and you see the glowing crystals, and there's no doubt about it.
All right. What I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and start blasting that one.
Okay.
Like
he's up there on the edge, just so that he's a perfect target.
All right.
16.
All right, and then
yeah.
If that hits, I want to pull him 10 feet towards me.
Oh, okay. You pull him 10 feet, and he immediately kind of has to take flight because he's going to drop. Oh, no. It's on the same level.
Sadly, I can only push. Never mind. So I can't pull him.
You can't pull him. Okay. Do you want to push him?
I will. Yeah, I guess I'll leave him there. Just have him take the damage. But I will remove.
He takes the 12 points of damage.
At 10 feet.
He. Not like that. And he screams out, "No! Faster!" As things are trying to... the gears are clicking and turning, and the glowing is happening more and more. It's not his turn. 19 does hit. He takes another 5 points of damage. Not enough to take him down.
All right. And then, bonus action, I'm going to move my tentacle.
A tentacle.
I'll move it next to Artemis.
Great, and he has to make this one here. Both of them, because they're within 5 feet, are going to have to roll. Correct?
Oh no, I can move it. I didn't attack with it. I know it rolled.
Didn't attack with it. Okay, got it. You just moved it.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. That's all I needed to know.
And then I'll move forward a bit to where my friends are at, and I'll be done my turn. Nicely
done. Virgie.
All right, Peanuts. I'm gonna go take a look at this crystal. I don't want to miss the portal opening. And
of course, please enjoy yourself. I hope you're having a wonderful time with Adventure Tours.
All right.
There he goes. Oh no.
Let's see. Oh yeah, there's a wall. He dragged me up to this.
I was about to say, you can do one of two things. If you have enough movement, you can take the stairs, or you can try to climb the 10 feet. That will require an athletics check.
Could I spend 15 feet of movement to use shift space and then teleport up there?
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Nice.
Gift you right on up there, yeah.
All right. So yeah, I use 15 feet to teleport up there. So I uses this ability actually from Tome of Heroes, made by Kobold Press for the Riptopper.
It's one of my favorites.
The quick uses my movement, so I should still have an action as I appear up here. And Georgie's gonna get a real close look at this crystal as it begins to charge up. Tries to see maybe what's powering it or what sort of I don't know what sort of magic's coming out. But they do not have detect magic. They do have Arcana training though.
You don't touch it, you're just looking at it.
Yeah, looking at it kind of intently as it charges.
The crystal here at D. Make sure I'm telling you the right one, because each one has a little something different. Okay, this one is a crystal. It's just set right on the earth, like it touches snow and rock. It is energizing up. You can make an Arcana check to try to figure out what's going on.
All right, I'll roll that, and then I will definitely throw out a reroll if it's not good.
6?
6?
That's pretty good.
16. Okay, yeah.
16's pretty good. Okay. The first thing that you realize is that technically this is quote unquote just a crystal. Meaning it can take damage. Can try to crush it. There is some kind of effect if you touch it though. So thus the kind of complication there. You could try to smash it, but if somebody touches it, something bad could happen. More importantly, you know that the magic that is kind of functioning on it this close reveals that this crystal and each one of these crystals acts as a lantern of revealing, which is why together with the machine, they reveal new planes of existence through portals.
Cool. Georgie says,
there you go.
careful around the crystals, everyone. They're very fragile. We don't want to stop the portal appearing. And then that'll be Georgie's turn.
Nicely done, Georgie. This competitive ice method, he hasn't been attacked yet, right? There's nothing he can do. His turn is over. It goes to Barney.
So I look at the ice method that's was rude enough to blow ice at myself and my wife, and so I've decided I'm going to be rude back to it, and I'm going to viciously mock the creature, and will say, "If your brain exploded, it wouldn't even mess your hair."
Does have luscious locks for him if it okay, a wisdom save comes out to be a measly 10. Doesn't make it. Takes the 5 points of damage. No, my locks are perfect. He kind of laughs in a sad, strange way. His hair's perfect, he believes. Anything else you'd like to do on your turn, Barney? Move, you can, or a bonus action.
Step beside my wife, but still remain engaged. And I'm going to for my bonus action, I'm going to inspire Dearless. Since they're sort of our long range attacker, and just play a brief little ditty and maybe something akin to Eye of the Lionid or something like that, and inspire him.
I love it.
That's the same. That's the one you played on our trip here. I like that one.
This time there is no avalanche, just a little bit of inspiration.
We listened to Eye of the Lion for 24 hours on the sled.
Well, it does in fact pass you, your lovely wife.
He really likes it.
Passes over to your wife that you stand next to.
Okay, so I am concerned about this Mephit that is activating this machine. And so what I'm going to do is run up here, and because he is only 5 feet up, he should still be within my reach.
Technically, and he wasn't knocked back, so you are correct.
Okay, so I am willing to take the opportunity attack from the one I passed.
Okay, that's good because he's going to do that.
And then I will stab him. I will hack at him twice, and then I will bonk him.
Okay. On your way past this one, I can't take the shame of his hair. He death burst.
Oh no.
You vicious mocked him into death. I need the elephant, and I need Urgy to roll that dex check.
I just heedlessly run through it.
You feel a piece of ice shush past the back of your head, but it misses you.
Oh, okay.
Can your spirit weapon take damage?
No, it is a magical construct, so it's just it's a spell effect. Yeah,
it's a spell effect, so it passes straight through it. His death was, in fact, yes, useless.
Aww.
I'll never know though. Passes into,
Well, he gets to go back to the plane of ice, so that's nice.
Right.
Nah, it's only devils.
No way. There he goes. Okay. He's all gone, and you see the big white kind of lead Miffet look down, and he sees that he's losing numbers, and he's losing them quickly. His eyes cut up and on the horizon as if he still waits for something. With that much damage, I believe that is all he's got, and you will kill him.
Ooh.
As you smash down upon him with your battle axes and your war hammer. He did.
Was that the white one?
That is the big white one.
Oh, make sure to get his hand.
You can take his hand if you want to. Yeah, I was about to say. So it takes, goodness, a lot of damage. 29 points on that round. As he kind of spills this bluish, cold liquid from his body. It doesn't stop the rest of them, though, nor does it stop what happens next. Machine whirls and grinds away, and off in the distance there is a rumbling. Here by this kind of decrepit tree in the G area.
Okay.
In fact, a portal opens up.
Aha!
Breaks the earth open. It causes these kind of frozen limbs on this dead tree to break apart. And you hear a roar off in the distance.
Who has disturbed me?
Out steps a dragon. We'll drag him onto the board for all of us. He's now here. And you can see through the portal that there is like ice. It's even icier than where you currently are. It's like a wasteland of just solid ice. No trees, no life, barren black sky, and this dragon kind of steps out.
Does the portal stay open?
Now, yes.
Oh, okay.
Does for now stay open. I will say for this dragon, he comes out real angry, but did he get... He did not. He needs to quickly... What did I roll for initiative?
We gotta add him to the initiative, so we'll right-click.
Add him into the initiative. He's basically coming in on this turn into initiative. He'll get to act at the... oh, yes, perfect.
Okay.
That's it. There he goes. He'll get to go here soon.
Okay.
But that is what happens in the wake of the death of this creature. Now becomes Artemis's turn.
All right. So you can see that she was kind of talking just not to herself, but clearly she's talking to someone, some maybe ancestor off the distance. Like, they were very dangerous when I came down here, and then like looking at all these things that are just sitting around here to sleep. Like, she really needs something to fight. And then and then this thing shows up, and then her ancestors were dragon slayers, so it's like, there we go, that'll do. And then she just walks away from these guys and charges this thing. Does this staircase lead up to him?
Leads
to them?
Down, correct, up to him. Yes.
Okay, yeah, I'd waste no time at all. I'm gonna do like a wide angle. I'm just gonna charge straight towards him with my axe raised high.
Beautiful.
Nice. I love it. Make your attack.
Okay, and because we'll do that next. So we'll do a great axe. Which if it hits... Oh, I'll go reckless too, so I get advantage.
Okay.
All right, so...
take that 25. That'll definitely hit.
All right, so there's one, and I got extra attack. So we'll do another one. We'll go once this way, and then once the other way.
Oof.
11 does not hit.
Oh,
Hey, Red,
Still reckless.
Oh, it's reckless. It's reckless, right?
I'm being
Yeah.
reckless.
That's right, so it does hit. So the 17, nicely done.
Right, and then... because I charged towards him, I'm going to rear up after that and hit him with my hooves. There's that.
Ooh, hoof attack.
14.
14 does not meet its 19 AC.
Okay, so it rebuffs me, and then I actually took the mobile feat. So after my attacks,
Nice.
my round of attacks, I'm just gonna, after he rebuffs me, I'm just gonna kind of canter down the stairs a little bit and kind of meet him on this ground. He's got the high ground right now. And,
It does have the high ground.
Yeah, and then movement, action, bonus action. I'm done.
Hey,
I challenge the dragon.
It sees you. Does not like that. It lets out another roar, and as it does, you can see ice and snow on the walls around you kind of rumble free. Portal remains open. Well, still on this continuation. This one is charmed. Still, this usable ice mephit. Okay, bye. He can't do anything. The well-kept one can't do anything. He's also charmed, and you haven't attacked him yet. So, passes down to this one, which is also charmed. So none of them get turns. Peanut, it is your turn.
All right. So Peanut the cloud's not there anymore, so we can kind of see what's going on. He's prototyping this program for the company, and so he's pretty excited about this. He looks over and he sees Artemis, riding into battle against this giant ice dragon, and he just says to himself, "There she is, unbothered, moisturized, happy, in her lane, focused and flourishing. It's going to be a 5-star solution for sure." And then he's going to look around the battlefield and see what's what, and he's going to slowly... Oh, that cloud is still there. Boo. All right, so he's going to move up, and I guess
y'all can take the mephit out, and it would go away.
He's going to move and dash to here. And before he does, he'll send his spiritual weapon 20 feet. It's just shy of where it needs to go. All right, so it's going to very slowly, like a ghost elephant, float towards that guy.
Menacingly.
Yeah. But it's like swimming, like elephant swimming. So it's just kind of like swimming through the air.
Doggy paddling through the air.
Nearly there, but got a really
That's
short
so
snoot.
funny.
All right.
Okay.
So there we go. And that's his turn. Is a move, a dash, and a bonus action to get his elephant closer.
Nice. Okay.
Right.
Well done.
That closes out the turn. Okay.
It takes us from Peanut back up to the top of the round.
Okay, let me see here. I'm gonna move past Mr. Stonebrewer and get across over to here.
No. My father is Mr. Stonebrewer.
Who are you?
I'm Barney.
Barney what?
Barney Stonebrewer.
Okay, Mr. Stonebrewer.
Just call me Barney.
And he's gonna turn back around and go over here. He heard Mr. Peanut complain about this.
Wait! You cannot call me that. There's copyright infringement stuff. We got in trouble with that.
Yeah, Mr. Peanut.
Yeah, please.
I see.
That's not saying it, please.
Sir
An
Peanut.
eldritch entity looks down.
Sir Peanut works. That's fine. Yes.
Okay. And he's gonna go ahead and start blasting this mephit that's been making this, working on this cloud.
Okay.
All right. It's 1, 2.
You're hitting this one here.
Yep.
Great. That hits. That will pretty much do it, I believe. But let me double check that the 14 takes him out. Almost. Oh yeah, he's got to roll a concentration because he got hit. Hold on, let's see if he.
All right,
Oh, he failed. Cloud is gone. Cloud is gone. I don't know why I rolled twice. There you go.
I will push him back 10 feet into my tentacle, and I'll have my tentacle move closer to Artemis.
Did Tentacle make an attack on him when he comes back?
No, he didn't make an attack.
Okay.
Once
Okay.
I found out they're ice, he's like, okay, I guess I'll just move them.
It's
I hate
just
to tell you, this
a show
dragon
now.
is
It's
also
It's just a flex. Yeah, it's just a flex now.
Is not armed anymore because he was attacked.
Mhm.
The cloud, I don't know how we get that to go away, but
Oh, I got it.
just in time. Yeah, so the cloud is gone, and now you can all see very clearly, especially at this high elevation, this massive dragon. I say massive. Actually, probably adolescent to some degree, but emerges from this ice funnel of a portal. Ooh, that was whose turn was that? Yeah, okay, that was Dom's turn.
Yeah. Let me end my turn. George.
All right, Georgie.
All right. Georgie marvels at the portal as it opens, looking excitedly around. Says, look at its majesty. Look, there's a dragon in the way. We need to deal with this thing quick. And they'll move up 15 feet, and then they'll shift space. And let's see. They'll shift space, and we'll try to appear 15 feet. Can you drop me right there? Thank you. All right, and then I think I got line of sight on this thing. Let's see. Oh, the fog cloud's gone, right?
Yeah.
It is gone.
Okay, just making sure. All right. Let's see. All right, we are going to quicken spell for 2 sorcery points, and we're going to cast Catapult. So
Ooh.
Georgie brings out a ball bearing and that drops it. A portal appears below it, then a portal appears above it, and then it kind of falls through, building up a large amount of velocity. And then another portal appears horizontally and launches it towards the dragon. I'm going to need a dexterity saving throw from it.
The dragon. Rolled a 12. Does not make it.
Takes 7 bludgeoning damage as it's struck by this ball bearing.
Boom! Smashes into the side of it. That bludgeoning damage, that went down, didn't. Okay.
And then
it screams again. It kind of lets out a big roar. Kind of hurt.
All right, and then they'll say, let's see. We have an action cantrip left. And then we're going to try and mind sliver it. So we'll need a intelligence saving throw.
Okay.
See how smart this dragon is.
Smart is it?
Aha!
Only 10 smart today.
A tiny portal appears right behind the eye of the dragon and throws off its aim. So next time it makes an attack, we'll take a... Oh, never mind. Saving throw, sorry. Next time it makes a saving throw, we'll take a d4 off. And then, that's...
Another 10 points off of it. As it rears back, and as it does, you can see it kind of... its wings kind of flutter back, and it almost dances a little bit with its feet as it tries to shake its mind free.
You can't escape my portals, dragon.
It is its turn.
Okay. And then Georgie.
As it comes back down, at kind of landing, its wings flap. And it will do a legendary wing attack. Just see how it does. Okay. The dragon beats its wings. I guess it's going to attack Artemis because Artemis is right in front. Artemis, you need a DC 18 strength save. Oh, you're going to make it. Oh, you made it. I believe you don't take any damage if you make the save.
Ancestors have taught me of your tricks, reptile.
Beats back, you can feel this cold wind press against you like somebody hit you with a wall, but it does not do any damage to you.
I don't take half damage?
This says it beats its wings. I would think that you still take half damage.
I'll take it, yeah, because I'm raging, so I can roll less. So, all right.
Oof! I thought my insults were better. Reptile.
Yeah, it's a standard wing attack. It's let's see, dexterity save or take damage and be knocked prone, and then the dragon can fly up to half its flying speed.
Right. Okay. So you are not knocked prone. You take the damage.
Got it.
And it takes flight and lifts up in the air. and will hover there for a second because it wants to get a lay of it's lower than a lot of you, and it wants to see who all is here. And it now sees the full spectrum of everything at its disposal. Looks very upset. The Mephit, who's almost dead, sees what's going on, having come out of its charmed kind of state, and immediately, screams out. You hear it say, "That's not the portal home! What's going on?" And it goes, "I'm getting out of here!" And it makes a run for it. It takes flight and is going to make a run for this direction. Away from everything that's going on here. It's getting the hell out of Dodge. Actually, it's going to use its full flight and will make it just here. It's got to go up in elevation. That now becomes Barney's turn.
Right.
Yes.
You might be muted, Barney. You with us?
No, I'm here. I'm just sort of like, it's a dragon. It's there. Barney's gonna stand there and sort of like, well, this is definitely not what I signed up for. And he's gonna call it. Listen, this has just been a big misunderstanding. The door is still open. You can go right back in. Clearly, these Mephits were trying to go somewhere else, knocked on the wrong door. We can just have a laugh about it and call it a day. So I'm trying to persuade the dragon not to, eat us.
Roll a persuasion check. And, well, yeah.
Okay. Let's see what happens.
Oh, you needed a charisma 15 and you made it. As long as nobody attacks, you will get this round to speak to it. It turns its head and speaks to you.
You woke me.
I know it looks like that, but it was really, these winged fellas here, or ladies, whatever they are. Apparently, they're stuck here, belonging on another plane. It seems like it's a big misunderstanding, and no one. Well, not no one, but I mean, you're a big, intimidating creature, and I don't want to get eaten. I don't think anybody else wants to get eaten, and it's, as you can see, my friends, they pack a bit of a wallop, so maybe we can just laugh about this later. Be friends and all that good stuff.
Friends. I have no friends.
Well, all the more reason to start.
Make another persuasion check.
With the voice changer, that was me.
As an eloquence bard, I can't roll below a 10, I think, on certain checks. Where's the thing?
Oh my goodness. Well, you rolled pretty
As a
dang good.
29, I hear your words, Tiny Toon. And what will I get for such a awakening? I have come and traveled a long way. What can you give me?
Well, I know about give, but if we're going to try this, new friendship thing, if I don't mind saying so myself, I'm a bit of a hand at, making really good alcoholic beverages. I might even be able to make something that might intoxicate creatures such as yourself. Not to mention, we're currently on a 5-star. Did I say 5-star? 5-star interplanar tour. You could tag along. I mean, people would pay good money to see a creature such as yourself. I mean, just think of the draw and the interest. What about that?
Tour? What is a tour?
Well, it's, when you get together with a group of your friends and you travel from one place to another, and there's a tour guide that tells you about different facts along the way. It's very educational. You get to meet new people, have different foods, different drinks. It's quite an interesting time to be had.
This intrigues me. How about this, puny mortal? I will stay here, upon this terrace. Make it my new home. And all of you can leave and never come back.
Okay, well, that's not quite the friendship that I was thinking of, but, we feel a bit responsible for the people that we've met recently, and you sticking around, it might not be the best thing, so maybe we go back to that original plan, and you just, walk back through that door, and we call it a day, yeah?
I will leave, but I'm taking the shinies with me.
The shinies?
Those crystals belong to me now.
Well, I mean, they were kind of here originally. I don't know who they belong to. I mean, does anybody else have a problem with this?
Yes, this dragon can't be allowed to have these interdimensional crystals. You imagine the havoc it could wreak with it. Opening portals.
Okay, sorry. New plan. Look, just come with us on the tour. I mean, you'd be a big sensation. I could sing your praises, get you lots of gold, for appearances. Be a manager, if you will. Or if you try to force the issue and take the shinies, as you will, then we're going to have to intercede, and I don't think that's going to be a good time for anybody. Especially Porter's over there. You saw what he did with just a wee ball bearing. Imagine what he could do with a freaking mountain.
Who was it that rolled that really high Arcana check on the crystal? Georgie? Who was that?
Georgie, I guess.
Yeah.
Georgie, you hear them having this conversation. You know that technically these are just really big crystals. That it is actually the machine along with the crystals that make it magical. The dragon is actually taking back mostly worthless ice crystals.
And these ice crystals could be replaced pretty easily?
You could just go find another crystal that could hold, basically hold the magic without cracking and be put back here, and the machine would still work. It's the machine that is the problem. The crystals are just something that's being cast through the magic.
But if he takes the crystals now while they're in use, won't that close the portal and
You don't know.
Well, right. Sorry, that was just me speculating.
Yeah, no, that's a really good point. You don't know. You know that 2 crystals was enough to open the portal, and there clearly is a third one, but it's not working. So you don't know how long the portal might stay open if you destroy just one. If you take both of them, it definitely won't stay open.
And that's like the opposite of what Georgie wants. So, yeah, Georgie.
I believe Georgie from before.
Are we still okay? I guess I want to send a message. Can use the message cantrip, but I guess it's out of turn. So would that be acceptable? Send a message?
Yeah, we're kind of on a hold. Basically, as long as nobody attacks this dragon, it is on a hold initiative. So you can take a free action at this moment.
I guess the question is anybody planning to attack this dragon?
Depends on the terms.
I would like to satisfy my ancestors in mind. Prove myself to them. But yeah, maybe he's not worth it. Maybe this is like a puny tiny dragon, not worth it.
Not worth it. Yeah, who do you send the message to?
A tiny thought portal appears within your brain, Barney, and rather than giving you an aneurysm, you hear a message. It says,
"A tiny dragon appears in his brain."
Under no circumstance should we give these crystals up to the dragon. We don't know how long that portal will remain stable, and if we can power the other one up, we could use these crystals in this machine to travel to other planes.
Well, Peanut doesn't know much, but he knows business. And when he hears that this place could be set up as a planar, like, airport, essentially. Yeah. He says he starts thinking of ways to maybe make sure the dragon doesn't interfere with his this potential business venture.
The vibe I'm getting is the dragon's not gonna last.
If I can, if I'm allowed to move during this hiatus, I want to climb up here, and I have proficiency in Tinker's Tools and Smith's Tools, and I want to inspect the machine and see if I can. I don't want to turn it off, but I want to figure out how to turn it off.
Great. Roll an intelligence check, and since you have your thieves' tools, we'll give you that proficiency to go with it.
Intelligence, thieves' tools, nice.
Your Tinker's tools.
We can actually toggle what stat affects our skills.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Okay, so this is going to... I'm going to roll it, and then it's going to be +3 to what I roll.
Roll it +3, okay?
Well, I'm going to re-roll that.
Okay. Yay for charity.
Yep.
Oh,
okay. God.
I mean, hey, we got some more buttons here. If you want to keep rolling, I don't know.
I'll pay for a reroll for you.
Okay.
Is that
all right.
okay, Dot? If we keep rolling?
Oh yeah, y'all. Okay. It's for charity.
I'll pay for one.
Scarlet, roll again. I got you, love.
Gonna get another one in there. Come on, Scarlet.
Oh, find the kids.
All right. Take my money.
You've had advantage, so we know it has to be higher than 17 here. So let's keep going, I guess.
Oh no, I didn't have advantage. I just had a
keep putting money in the little coin slot next to this thing.
Okay,
got it. With a 3, that's a 12. That's not the worst thing ever. So I can tell you at a 12, and it's just Tinkerer's tools, because this piece of machinery is ancient. It is very old. It was built with this structure long ago. And the fact of the matter is, some of this is beyond your knowledge. But you did witness the creature turn on the switch. So there's clearly power coming to it. So you imagine you can cut power by simply knocking the switch off. But that won't turn the machine off for good. It seems that these crystals are important, but what's strange is that they're normal crystals. That means that there is magic involved. I would give you an Arcana check, but I don't know that you would make it. But you can try to.
No, I don't.
You can try.
Oh well, I'll try it.
You can try. Okay. Nope. The only thing you get out of a 5 is these two crystals, B and D, do not sit on a pedestal. Crystal C does. This crystal sits on a pedestal. And on that pedestal are more gemstones. Like it sits up on something. It looks a little bit more official. That might be the central point. C has to be working for it to function at all. With the help of B and D, it's stronger. More than likely, they didn't manage to get the portal home because B was not working. Y'all interrupted their plan to fix everything.
Wait, they were.
So a portal opened too soon.
Oh.
Yeah, they were just trying to get back home. You heard one of you heard them say that. And unfortunately, this opened a portal to a totally other place, and it let this dragon in, which was not the plan.
Also, they were killing locals, and stealing reindeer.
Well, I'm going to compartmentalize my guilt because I'm a professional adventurer.
Yeah, I'm an expert in portals, not primordial.
I was trying to think if you would know anything else. You know what? I'll take... You could roll an insight check if you would like as well, to kind of incite, why would they... Are they really trying to just go home, or are they trying to open a portal home? Because there's a difference.
Now, I do have advantage on insight checks because of my stone rune.
Okay. There you go. So that 18. Okay. regardless of if you understand how this freaking machine works, the fact of the matter is these evil portal creatures didn't just want to go home. More than likely, they wanted to open a portal home to let something else in. Potentially an army of their kind. You don't know, right? But you get the vibe that if they were opening a portal home, it wasn't because they wanted to go back, that they wanted to bring something here. And unfortunately, the wrong portal opened up and let the wrong thing through.
Okay.
Evil, yes.
So I'm going to yell out to the dragon, that's all fine and good, but if you don't leave now, I'm going to close this portal and you're going to be stuck here. What about your horde, huh? Don't you have a horde there?
My horde, and he turned. I looked into the portal at my horde. Frozen, golden, dead bodies. Here, there is meat, shinies.
I don't know, guys. I think we're gonna have to kill it.
You can try a persuasion check. You did try to persuade it. You need a 15.
I think you just real estate agent him into deciding to move here.
Can I maybe?
Can I interest you in a timeshare filled with flesh?
Oh, you want to intimidate him? Yeah, you could try an intimidation check. That'll be very hard to go for it.
I don't know that it's going to be any better than my persuasion.
I'm gonna.
Okay,
I'll.
Are you standing by with rerolls?
I'll. If
I could try convincing it. I mean,
I'll
it
try.
might work a little bit better.
Darius is gonna go. Darius is gonna go ahead and with his staff out, water coming up behind him. He's gonna yell out to the dragon. Says, "You are not supposed to be here. You need to head back inside your portal and go home." He's gonna yell that out.
Ooh.
And intimidate it.
You can, whoever has the highest intimidation can roll with, or bonus can roll it with advantage since you're both trying to intimidate it at the same time.
I have a +7.
Oh, well, yes, you do that then.
You do it with advantage. Nice, a dirty 20. It stops. It really thinks for a moment. It is still a beast at its core. But you have all reasoned with it in various ways, in its various tactics, and it simply says,
Fine, I shall go protect my horde. But if you ever wake me again, or visit with your tours, I will make you part of my collection. And I'm taking this method with me.
Yeah, very reasonable.
Yes, please. You can take all of them. You can have this elephant also.
As it scoops down, the two that have been standing here charmed, it grabs one in both feet, and knocking them out of their charm state, and they're now like, this other one that was running, has used this time to get away.
Okay.
He is long gone, but he, bless him, he just wanted to, he gone. Then he grabs the other two and flies off and dips into the portal, leaving this kind of throbbing sound in the air from the crystals that are still open. As it goes back through, the portal does not close behind him. We're out of initiative. What would you all like to do?
Burger, turn that bloody thing off!
I would like to flip the switch and turn it off.
Well, because I'm just such kind GM, there will be one more thing that happens before you manage to get to the switch. As the dragon's body goes through the last of its tail, you can still hear the screaming methods in its claws. The wind kind of picks up on the other side of the portal in this horrible place. And a blast of powerful wind from this frozen world billows over. Need everybody to make a DC 12 Constitution saving throw.
Okay.
Is anybody considered a small creature? Got a small in size?
Think so. Dwarves are still medium.
Oh, I need to re-roll that.
You're looking. You definitely want to make that 12.
Oh,
All right,
If
I'll
you
burn a
can.
reroll. All right.
Gonna
Nice.
reroll. Nice, much better. This blizzard comes like a tornado comes barreling across this terrace. No matter where you stand, no matter what you hide behind, the cold seems to wrap over everything. If you need to re-roll, you need to make a 12. If you did not, you will take 10 cold damage. If you did, you will take 5 cold damage. Snow covers everything almost instantly, turning this into what is considered difficult terrain.
Ooh.
And I don't think that affects anybody. Small things like these planters and stuff like tip over and break open. Chunks of the wall fall. This is basically a massive snowstorm on the other side of this portal that's dumping in. And as you reach and you pull that handle, I need a strength check. It'd be hard for your dwarven lass.
Okay. Just a straight strength check?
Straight strength check. It's a little rusty. The handle is not an easy pull.
Oh my god.
oh,
Nice.
My
my God,
children
I got
really
you,
want
I
the
got
money
you.
tonight.
Do
They
it.
want all the money
I think
tonight.
you're playing it up on. No, there you go.
Okay.
There you go.
Okay.
Nice.
Oh, I thought I had re-rolled. Did it not come through?
For your saving throw?
Yeah.
No, we didn't see your second saving throw.
All right.
Just give us
Thought
a
I
quick
clicked
win.
it. Yeah.
Or a lot of rolls happening at once. Who knows?
Well, I was having some connectivity issues as well,
Oh, okay.
and something came through on my end.
No! Either way, you're gonna take all 10 points of cold damage there.
Okay, I'll take it.
It is a very, very cold indeed. And after about 10 seconds, 15 seconds of this blizzard pouring in, destroying everything in its path, each of you ducking, covering, holding each other, whatever you have to do to fight against this, you manage to get the handle pulled down, and it clunks. And as it does, everything like slowly shuts down. The gears continue turning as just the general momentum has to slow, but the crystals no longer glow with the same light. They have just that kind of core essence that sits in them. And the portal goes away. We're all left for the first time in actual silence up here, except for the whipping of the wind of the Northlands. What do you do?
All the
Oh.
all the spectral ancestral warriors of Artemis' ancestry throw their hands up and begin galloping away. Back into the spirit realm. And then she's like, okay,
I'll
don't
run
worry,
up to
next
Barney
guys. Next time, guys. Next time. We'll let it grow
Run up to
in,
Barney
then
and
it'll be a
start chafing
greater
his
tale.
arms. I'm sorry, dear. I know it was cold. You'll be okay, though.
There is still a warm stone that you can pass
my
around.
nose is cold, and my toes are cold, and other parts of me are so cold.
Georgie hands up and comes up and hands you the warm rock.
Oh, that's much better.
Well done in the negotiations. Of course, I could have ripped that creature to shreds with portals at any moment, but it's best that you talked it down.
I believe you. But, I mean, I think I was being perfectly reasonable bringing it along. I mean, it would have been a huge draw if it behaved itself. I mean, so much gold. People have paid tons of cash to get a magical portrait with a creature like that. So they didn't snap its head off.
But would have just kept all the gold. We wouldn't have gotten any.
It's also probably true.
That's where, if I'm its manager or we create a magical contract, it's obligated to pay me, whatever percentage.
I don't know if think it would follow contracts.
Yeah. Mr. Stonebrewer, if I may, you see, here at 5-Star Solutions travel adventure packages, we're always looking for new means of transport. This facility seems to be very suitable for such endeavors. Since you were also useful in helping to clear out the locals and sort of puzzle out everything that was happening, I'm sure my company would be glad to write you a nice check for your involvement, your finder's fee. And Georgie, if we could maybe hire you on as consultant to get this device up and running in a more efficient way.
Of course.
How is your company fixed for refreshments?
Oh yeah, this could be a planar travel hub. It'd be a great place to set up tavern.
I will need a heated cabin. I intend to stay here and study these devices.
All right, Peanut has his Blue's Clues notepad out, and he's got his crown. He's got his crown in his snoot, and he's writing down your demands.
As you write it down, you all do find if you walk the terrace, there is a door that should lead into the rest of the facility. It is at the most northwest area up here.
I was going to say, like, where did the rest of the dwarves go?
You find this terrace piece up here, the bodies of them. They were feeding on them, along with the corpses of and remains of a few other things. His teammates have not survived. But you do have the hand of the white Mephit. So that is yours. But it does look like the door that leads into this mountain is behind a solid wall of ice. It will take some time if you were to excavate it or try to see what is inside. But you are right. This could become a hub of travel, and the facility is here if you can access it. If somebody would like to roll an Arcana check, I can finish telling you about the machine so you can better understand how it works.
Yeah.
Okay.
I will throw one out.
A little bit of a group effort, but why not? 9. Anybody want to add to that? You roll it.
Down to 3.
Oof.
Oh.
All right, we're just blowing through the bank at this point. Keep them coming.
All right, I'll pay for one.
Good thing I don't have any more corruption bars left because I only had 2, right?
I almost think you had 3. You had 3.
Yeah. We're at 1
I had
more now.
3.
Yeah, you got 1 more left.
Oh, well, I too bad I didn't know that when the dragon was here. All right.
Yeah.
Well, that being said, the machine. For anybody that knows spells very well, there are very specific ingredients needed to make some spells happen. Thanks to the mechanical efforts, you already know that this is what turns the machine on, the actual machine at A. It filters some kind of magical energy into the crystals. C is kind of the central point, and then C feeds out to B and D, which is why C is on a platform. That platform has a series of gems and diamonds in it. Diamonds are often used for the creation of portals as well as bringing things back to life. In fact, there's 6 gold pieces worth 100 gold each. 6 diamonds worth 100 gold each, embedded into the base of this. Without those stones, the machine, C's crystals can't function. It's what casts, quote unquote, the spell, and then B and D make it stronger. B crystal is currently cracked, has like a crack down the middle. You'll need to replace it.
Looking at this crystal on B, what is it like? It's made like what type of crystal is it? Is it like
this is just your basic like it itself is not a diamond. It's kind of small. I imagine it's like a blue crystalline that's probably was found in one of the local rock faces. It's not ice, it's actual crystal. But in terms of its value, except for its size, these crystals really aren't that valuable. These are crystals you could dig up yourself in a cave somewhere.
Okay, so it's just basic crystal formation, not a specific like, gem.
Exactly. Okay. It has to obviously be cast through. And you can see C and D are a little bit bigger, B's a bit smaller, but B was broken and they didn't get a chance to replace it before all of you got here. When it turned this portal on, like I said, it didn't quite work because he only had half of the power he needed, so it didn't open the right portal.
Wait, did you find our Ori, the people we were supposed to find here?
Found bodies.
Oh, I guess it's too late for them.
Perhaps there's another crystal, a spare, stored within the facility.
Actually, that's not true. You do find some bones and stuff. I'm gonna actually take that back because this will be the perfect way to close this out. You find their clothes, and their items like stored near this frozen door, that they were dumped here, and you do find the corpses of mostly animals, things that they were trying to eat. The people are no bodies. You all know because of your dear friend Yam that he was turning into a creature. More than likely, all the mephits you just slayed that was pulled through that portal were his traveling party. Illness turned you into one.
Georgie shrugs.
That is
Well,
I'm just here for the portals.
Well, as my old dad used to say, nothing salves a guilty conscience like money. So go collect it.
oh, we should probably bring back their clothing and belongings so they will let them know they did not make it.
So,
And
based on what we've seen so far, would a medicine check allow us to know if we could even make it back to this guy in time? With the
a great question. A medicine check would be exactly what I'd ask of you.
Okay, I'm gonna try to. Here we go.
Oh.
Okay, 24.
Well done. Okay. Run the timeline. Okay. He was scratched, and he said he arrived 24 hours after he was scratched, give or take. It had not changed yet. His friends were taken at the same time. They changed within 24 to 48 hours. If you ride through the rest of the day back, you might make it in time to save him. If not, he's going to turn into a mephit in the middle of that town.
All right. Well, we'll be coming back here, but we must hasten back to civilization to prevent the town massacre, zombie apocalypse, ice situation. So everybody back to the bus. No, we don't have buses in this world. Everybody back to the sled. Let's go.
You take anything with you. The treasure that you find is kind of few and far between. There are those diamonds. And other than that, you basically find whatever the other adventurers were carrying on them. So some light gold, some weapons, basic stuff.
Yeah. I guess we would
That's about it.
take the stuff that they were missing in as a way of bringing back what we found.
Proof of life. Yeah.
Yes.
Well,
Collect some things. Y'all leave the diamonds in place.
yeah.
Mhm.
Unlike some baby adventurers out there that think treasure is just coins and gems and items, these folks are very smart. They know that we have found something much more valuable than treasure. That is a prime
Magical portal device.
Yes, vacation destination hub. We
You
are
think I'll
wealthy beyond your wildest imaginations.
Do you think we'll be able to use this to summon my patron into this world?
We will put,
course.
let's
You know what? We'll pin in that. Well, let's put a pin in that, and let's get back and save the guy from turning into a mephit, and then
We'll
we'll put a
discuss
pin
it along
in
the
that.
way.
Yeah,
Yeah,
Darlis, that sounds like a fantastic idea. I need you to fill out these 250 different forms, and then we will process your request. I'm sure it will be done very quickly.
Okay. I'm sure
Yeah.
he would like to visit this.
I'm sure
Golden.
he would. Yes.
You know what plane they're from?
The depths, plane of water.
Perfect. I've actually done some research.
As you all walk back towards the sled, reindeer's still waiting, completely unaffected. Its belly's a little bulbous, but it's like napping.
Did any of you catch the dragon's name? I would wish to remember it.
Ooh, you did not.
Oh well.
it all happened so fast, and there was a lot of
Let us make haste to
back
save
and
this
forth.
dwarf.
You know,
dragons
this
typically have-
world has plenty of dragons for you to fight. If you'd like to take extended vacation package, I have pamphlets and brochures back at this land.
We're gonna have to clear out this all the
She
fallen
just-
rocks
she just
and
grunts.
ice.
All of you make a mad dash. Reindeer runs at full speed, literally as long as it can, to try to get back in time. Roll into the town, and you can see the doctor is out front of his establishment. His arms crossed. Things do not look good. He's shaking his head and not allowing anyone in. I imagine you hand the hand over, and there's a ceremony where it gets cut and crunched and liquefied and then poured into this man who, when you arrive, no longer looks much like a dwarf. Skin is turning a bluish gray color, leathery in texture. His hair has fallen out almost entirely, and his once bulbous, round, jolly face is becoming emaciated and elongated and warped in certain ways. He's been strapped down to the table because he is not in his right mind, as his body is under great duress. And as it's poured in, he kind of shudders and then goes almost completely lifeless, like limp. And you watch over an hour as his body begins to revert back. It will take him time to grow his hair again and for his body to heal from the actual wounds, but he did not turn. As we close out tonight's episode, and since I still have one corruption bar left, town, if you allow them, and if you share what you have found, likes your idea of a trade port. This is very helpful for a town like theirs that trades goods. More importantly, goods that come all the way from Bjornheim. This could be a really great new stop and a way for the town to make money, if you all will allow it to do so. And in fact, Chieftain, she offers all of you the dwarven help of mining out the mountain, as long as you cut them in and allow them to work as local people in your business.
I mean, that sounds really good to Peanut. He'll run it by upper management. But as he's sipping some of this honey mead, and he's thinking about branding opportunities, he's going to turn to the stone brewers and say, I have idea for drink that you could serve at this planar transport area. It's a sweet drink, lots of honey. We serve it cold. You brew it, so we can call it a frosty. Like frosty.
Oh,
Eh?
there's
Like that?
some consideration. A new drink maybe is branded using the honey of the bear folk.
Isn't it cold enough around here?
Right. But while all of you ride 24 hours back, or this day back, and the town celebrates and mourns the loss of some really brave people, there is a mephit that escaped. Camera, as it pans away, you're making deals, people are celebrating, honey mead is being shared, and a new business venture arises that maybe will benefit all of you in some way. This little mephit appears over the top of the ledge in icy rock cliff and stares down, looks to see if you are all gone, and you are. The machine is still intact. All it has to do is flip the switch. And we see it pitter across, its feet echoing, while all of you, a day's ride away, uses all of its power to flip that switch, turn it back on. See a portal appear. Eyes light up as it laughs and cackles. Something steps through. The camera cuts to black. That is where our adventure ends today.
Nice.
Awesome.
Wow.
I like that twist ending. Yeah.
There's a corruption bar usage right at the end. What does it mean? We don't know.
A powerful moral lesson that doing the right thing is often the wrong thing. in the world of Dungeons and Dragons.
You never know.
More adventure.
You
surely
never
awaits.
know. And you know what? Just to feed a little extra, you can see that he still wears a piece of clothing
Aw.
worn by Yom's friend, Vladimir. A new rendition of Vladimir has opened the portal.
Maybe we'll make like a cool ice castle.
Oh, who knows? I guess you'll all
Best.
find out when you return to try to dig this thing out and claim it as your territory. Squatters' rights, yeah.
That's the best tragic monster backstory I've ever heard.
Yeah, right? It's so horrible. He turns into, and his friend doesn't come save him. Anyways, there we have it, everybody. Thank you all so much for playing with me. This has been a blast.
Oh, thanks for running.
Yeah, thanks for the game.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was awesome.
Well,
I very much like the setting. I'd never heard of Midgard before.
Oh, really? Well, I might have to see what I can't do to get y'all some books because I love Midgard. It's my favorite setting of all of them. I'll
Well, it
shoot
definitely
over
sounds
some
very
books and stuff.
Yeah, you had me at bear people who keep bees that also protect us.
Yeah. Once I heard that, I was like,
The Bears of Bjornheim, they're very cool. There's actually we have a product which is it's kind of neat. We don't have a full Northlands guide, but we do have like a world book to Midgard and it includes a section on the Northlands. But we did like a 22-page PDF that dropped called Ingbar's Guide to the Northlands. And it's about an elf named Ingbar who travels the Northlands and tells the secrets of the Northlands through her journal entries. So it's a guide to the Northlands. You get monsters and locations and cities and cults and all that kind of stuff. But a lot of it's being told through these like first-person journal entries of this elf named Ingbar. And it's a great guide. It has a lot of really inspiring stuff. And she gets to actually see the city of the bees and Bjornheim and how they do everything. And so it's really cool. It's a really neat setting. So you go check it out. Plus you get a free world map. We got a free world map online.
yeah, I was looking at the
pretty
world map
dope,
and
so-
Intense. Yeah.
seeing the
very impressive.
I was looking at the world map
there's-
and seeing that desert content at the bottom. I was like, oh man,
The Southlands.
Yeah, I've never ran a campaign or something in like desert area. So
I have to
looking
see
at
if
that,
I
I was
can
like,
get you those books too. There's we have actually a whole world book dedicated just to that area there, known as the Southlands. I'm running a campaign soon in that actually, which is
awesome.
very cool. There's an adventure too with it. I think there's a full campaign called the City of Cats, which is set in
man.
Herbastet. It's got this kind of Egyptian vibe to it, which is cool, and the cat gods and stuff. So there's a lot of cool stuff. I'll have to get y'all some extra PDFs so the next time you roll some dice, you can have some extra Midgard stuff.
Okay, great.
Awesome. Appreciate it.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Gotta say, I really love this Riptopper Sorcerer. Being able to use movement to do the short range teleport is amazing.
Very cool.
That is
Makes you-
nice.
Yeah, makes you feel like an actual conduit of magical energy, like a sorcerer should be.
Yeah. And watching you use it really smart around the map too, to like get to do it from height to height, because like the stairs are what takes so long, right? Which is what makes
Yeah.
that map so challenging. Which is one of the reasons why I love it. But yeah, to be able to like pop in and out, like bypass the difficult terrain, which is the stairs. So very cool. Well, I don't know how y'all usually do outros, but I usually let y'all go around and tell folks what you're up to when you're not out here rolling dice.
Cool. All right. Who wants to go first?
I guess we
got
just
it.
do normal
I'll go-
announcements.
I'll go last.
Yeah,
So-
do normal announcements.
Oh, just like when we normally end a stream. Okay.
Yeah.
So, all right, we're in the middle of 3 days of fundraising for Extra Life. We have had a deep space sci fantasy horror game. We've had a 5th edition tabletop Worlds of Warcraft marathon. Currently, there is the first half of a 24-hour long puzzle dungeon happening on our Discord, and that's streaming over on Lexaeus's Twitch channel. Tomorrow, we will be having 2 back-to-back adventures to close out our Extra Life Marathon. The first one's going to be inspired by Divinity Original Sin 2. It's called Divinity Heart of the Eternals, and it is like a 4E, 5E mashup. So if you're curious about what 4th edition was like, there's a lot of elements from 4th edition in there, like the action economy, where you could essentially trade an action for an extra bonus action. combined saving throws, and encounter abilities, at-will abilities, daily abilities. All that stuff is included, but also elements inspired by Divinity. So interactable terrain, that when you combine certain elements together, you get other elements like water plus cold equals a frozen surface people could slip on, and explosions and all sorts of other cool stuff like that. And that is funded, or not funded, but fueled by donations as well. So audience will have an opportunity to beef up monsters and add random terrain elements to the battlefield to make it more challenging and more interesting and more chaotic. So that's happening tomorrow afternoon. And then tomorrow night, we're going to be running Tomb of Decimation, a Kobold story, which is just a real big, like, level 20 death trap dungeon. And the premise is a very large community of kobolds has had their ancestral home stolen by an ancient brown dragon beneath the ancient, desert and all that. They have been wandering around the Underdark for weeks, and they have finally found a new home. It is the remains of this ancient level 20 super dungeon. And because they are dealing with some overpopulation issues, the leadership of the community has decided that they're going to claim this dungeon at any cost. And so we're going to have like a little death counter to see just how many kobolds it takes to conquer a level 20 dungeon. So every time a kobold dies, a new kobold will be tapped in to run up to the front lines and continue exploring this dungeon. And so the audience is going to be encouraged to protect their favorite kobolds at all costs, and blow up and destroy and add traps to make it miserable for all the other kobolds. So it's kind of Lemmings inspired a little bit, of leading these haphazard kobolds through this very, very high level dungeon, trying to conquer it. And that's how we're going to close out ExtraLife for the year. So it's been a lot of fun, and it will continue to be more fun tomorrow. So if any of that sounds interesting, please join us on Discord or on Twitch, so that you can kind of watch and follow along and cheer on the players and affect the adventure directly with your donations to ExtraLife. So
very cool.
Yeah.
Thank you all for inviting me. Thanks for running some Kobold content. If you liked Upon the Icebound Terrace, it's out there. It's a part of a book called Prepared, and you can go grab a copy, run your own one-shots. There was definitely some ad-libbed things thanks to chat and all of your donations, which, again, I want to say a huge thank you for the bottom of my personal little heart, who has been there literally and done it. It means so much. Even $7 means so much. So I think it's really cool what you're doing. So you should go out this weekend and support. And if you can't be there, I bet you've got a friend that you could go tell about it, and they could be there. So go share the word. And if you want some more content, Kobold Press is out there making content. You can go check out our Twitch channel. If you're watching on our Twitch channel, make sure that you follow. I'm Dot. I am the content production manager for Kobold Press, and I get the great joy of gaming with people all over the place who want to play more Kobold Press content. So hopefully, as you have converted me into a Foundry player, hopefully I have converted you into a Kobold Press fan. So that is my gift to you, and your gift to me, and our gift to others. So thanks everybody for being here tonight. We here say see you same Kobold time, same Kobold channel, but that is definitely not true because you won't see me here doing this again, at least not in the next few weeks. But I would like to talk about more opportunities to play with you. So maybe you'll hear from us again. Maybe you'll hear from all these fine folks again. So until next time, do as kobolds do. Have a good night, everybody. Bye.
All right, take care.
Night.
Night.
See you later.
All right, we are